Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to the podcast where we think we know everything, but we really don't know shit. But tonight, we have a real special guest. And I just discovered it's my Morehouse brother. Um, he went to Morehouse in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, the best HBCU out there. Best HBCU out there. But man, look, straight up though, it's nice outside. But I live like right off the Kennedy. So trying to get here was a monster. So I want to start a movement, everybody. I think I want everybody to chip in on my GoFundMe for a helicopter because I seriously need a helicopter to get through this traffic. And it's supposed to last for 3 years. 3 years, man. But hey, so enough about my rant. I want to bring in the All-Star team. I know they want to talk about a lot of stuff, but we're going to get to our special guests first. But let me bring in the All-Star team. First up, my man, JB. There he is. What up, JB?
Nothing much, man.
We switching up the order a little bit.
I'm about to say, where's the intro?
Just run with me.
Okay.
How you feel, bro?
Clearly on my toes right now. That's how I feel. On my toes. That's about it.
What you drinking?
Oh, you already know.
Moore's. Raise your standards. And we'll talk about the event that Moore's is having later on in the podcast. Well, let's bring in our second All-Star, my man who probably has the foulest mouth in the city. Yeah, he curses like every other word, but let's bring him in anyway. My man, Foul Mouth C.
What up? It's me and my homie Grogu. Better
Foul Mouth.
What's
up, Grogu?
Hey, I'm already put in. Hey, I'm letting y'all know now. I'm gonna be eating while we doing this show.
Hey man, what you got? You sharing?
I got some Panda Express with Smoothie King.
Oh, some fake Chinese food.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my stomach bubbling.
Mm-hmm. Well, shit, go get that. Go let it out. T.
How about you?
Yo,
do you know that your picture is frozen? At least it is on my screen. How about your screen, JB? He look a little frozen.
It's froze.
Yeah, you got that old ass connection.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
No, I did not know.
Now you're unfroze.
Now you're unfrozen. Are you using that bootleg ass computer again?
Yeah, I think so, man. I think that's what it is. So let's bring in our next All-Star. Last but not least, he's not the rookie no more. My man with that Hawk talk, but we ain't talking about no damn Hawks tonight. My man Frank the Tank.
We can talk a little bit about the Hawks. I mean, some good shit.
Yeah, I don't care about that right now.
How are we all doing? Damn,
I'm
JB, you're frozen up again, dude. Not JB, sorry. T, you're frozen again. With a funny face up on that screen too. That looks funny.
Yeah.
I need to figure this shit out, man.
Yeah.
But I do know this though. We got a great show lined up, man. And before we kick it on off.
You are now rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast, where they think they know everything, but honestly, they don't know shit.
Watch these summer league games and they tell you about these new up and coming coaches.
I think we should get rid of every motherfucking owner in
in Chicago.
Enzo and Caruso, both when they are on the court, are like your defensive generals.
But they need to get that strong safety who's not scared to hit somebody.
They really don't know shit.
Switched it up a little bit. I wanted to get all of us in here.
Always gotta switch shit up.
But we ran into, huh?
You always gotta switch shit up.
Hey, man, that's what I do. That's what I do. But our guest tonight, not only did he play in the NFL.
Oh, Don Burr's already going.
He played with the Cardinals. He played with the Vikings. Played with the Packers. The fucking Packers. Yeah.
Oh, those sons of bitches. At least it's not the Lions. Sorry, Don Burr. Got that troll Lions fan on here. Love you, though. Always love seeing you on here.
And then after the NFL, he made the transition into acting. One of the biggest things that we know him for is Force, but there are also some other things that he did too.
We land on the ground and we becoming one with nature. You know, we don't need all that bed. You had a bed at home. You stay in a hotel, you want to get a bed. You go camp with Isaac, you going to sleep on some sleeping bags and stuff, man, on the ground.
Is this your tent?
Yeah, man. I like to keep it simple, right? We roughing it, but it's a time for you and I to get to share one another. Flowers for you.
Thank
My
you
lady.
very much.
Flowers for the lady. Mm-hmm. You gotta take your shoes off, though, before you come up now.
But you never gave me that. This is not the way that love should be.
You know, when you told me that this place was going under, but we just came through the front with the keys. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So did you peep that he was being all sweet and shit with Omarosa, and then in the video with Faith, they was arguing and he got walked out on. Yeah, man. So he wore a lot of different hats in acting, but the biggest thing is Force. And shit, it's a great series, man. Y'all watch Force?
Yeah,
I have not. Yeah, I have not. I'm going to have to check it out for sure.
Lame O's. Y'all are serious lames. But hey,
Elf lame.
gotta watch out for his brother though, man. Brother trying to kill him, man.
L7. But yeah, so let's bring our guy in, Mr. Isaac Keys.
Man, come on,
You.
man.
Welcome, sir.
Wrap it up, man. Wrap it up. Hey.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man. I bet you stayed up real late on YouTube trying to get all them clips, man.
I did. I
appreciate
did,
you,
and I saw more. I saw more.
A lot more. Some shit need to be erased. That's for damn sure. But yeah, internet, man, just be hoarding everything, bro. Everything.
Hey,
What's
man,
up,
T up there,
man?
bro.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate y'all.
Man,
we
appreciate you for taking the time.
Yeah,
Sure, happy to have you.
I appreciate it. Yeah, and none of y'all asses watched fucking Force. So yeah. And y'all told
Hey, I watch it, brother. I told you, you gotta look out for your brother.
Now that I know it's there, I will watch it.
Oh, we repping the city, man. It's in Chicago.
I'm a suburban.
We talk about the suburbs. Give you a shout out to the suburbs. Give you a shout out.
I'm
man.
just the lane. That's all. I'm a sports guy.
Hey, I'm watching
for
it,
sure
brother.
have to check it out.
Well,
I'll
you
for
know
sure
I'm
check
a
it out.
force dude. You know I'm a force dude. I was even in the show, which that's when we chopped it up.
Yeah, that's when we met, man. Yeah.
But
Shit.
actually, well, we don't go back to Morehouse because I didn't know you were at Morehouse. I was a few years ahead of you. But so talk about when you were playing football at Morehouse. How was that experience?
Okay, yeah. Football at Morehouse is a definite experience, man. It's I'm gonna tell you like this. One part of it, man. Well, it's an experience that you know how to make something out of nothing. Put it that way. Morehouse not known for football. It's not known for athletics. But
Not at all.
Exactly, but we got it. And I like to say that I pride myself on trying to make the athletic program a lot better, and I'm still doing that. By time and money, and also we started a whole Morehouse Football Alumni Association where we started to raise our own money to be able to give back to the program to help players that don't also have full scholarship, don't have meal plans, those things of that nature. Now, if anybody went to HBCU, and if you don't know about HBCUs, they struggle a little bit in their own aspect, but what you take from them is a brotherhood and a family that you will never have outside of any other type of school that you may attend. You see people like yourself that are trying to do better than themselves. A lot of times cities get bad raps in their inner cities and their urban communities because of just not having the same benefits and the same opportunities. So when you go to this college, it's different. You may have to deal and may have to struggle on some of the things of maybe not having a lavish locker room or a lavish weight room. At the same time, what you do, because what you make out of it is what's going to make you stronger, because we all know adversity is what sharpens the knife. You understand what I'm saying? So it was like going through adversity in certain situations kind of just made me a better person. I learned how to accomplish things that I never could accomplish if I didn't go to that school. As far as networking, as far as how to get to know people, as far as learning how to make things happen, such as registration.
Oh God. Oh God, yes.
You know what I mean? Like I'm talking about the time where you know, if you don't get to know the people in the registrar's office, then your class, all your classes are gone. And it's just the adverse part. But the glorious part about it, man, again, I came out with a great education. I came out with friendships and bonds that are still my friends and bonds now, lifetime, whether it's professors or just friends or teammates. And I think all those things are priceless. And I think the experience overall was one that helped me get to where I am right now.
Well said. Well said. Hey, were you on the same team with JD? I'm flexing a little bit.
JD, he's talking about John David Washington, who's a phenomenal actor. Comes from the lineage, of course, his father's Denzel, but no, he came young. He's about 2 years behind me. Well, actually, maybe 4 or 5 years behind me.
Okay.
He came in with a vengeance. People they see him as an acting side, but JD was a hell of a running back. Hell of a running back. He broke one of our rushing records that we had in Morehouse. So he came in and did his thing from day one. Great person.
I said JD like I know him. I don't know, dude. But actually, I went to Denzel's house when he was on St. Elsewhere, and I was supposed to go swimming with John David, but they didn't come home until late, and then they retired. But yeah, so that's my claim to know John David.
Yeah, you tripping, bro? You said you supposed to go swimming with the Washingtons, and they came home late, and they said you couldn't go.
Yeah, they came home late. They was tired. They were like, "Nah, we ain't swimming. So I'll go home. So,
take your ass home." Yep. Yeah, right.
God damn.
Well, how was that transition from Morehouse football into acting?
Well, you know, it's a whole step. It's the transition to the NFL first.
Yeah, I'm about to say you skipped a lot, man. Like, hold on, like, pump your brakes for a second.
I did.
It's okay. I'm here for you, man. Teamwork. So,
let's rewind a little bit. So, coming out of Morehouse, like you just said, it wasn't a big football powerhouse, you know, like a Grambling or a Jackson State, which I do want your comment about something a little later. Remind me.
Sure.
How was it? Because back in the day, we know, unless you were like Jerry Rice, Walter Payton, or what have you, HBCUs really didn't get looked at in the NFL except for like an afterthought. So
Well,
how
yeah.
was that clawing into the the NFL ranks?
True. I think one of the things that holds that back, especially back then, because Jerry Rice and Walter Payton weren't Jerry Rice and Walter Payton until they got to the league and had an opportunity. Now, granted, they dominated their conference. And I tell kids all the time now when I talk to kids, dominate where you are. You don't have to go to a D1 school to be able to make it to the next level. Just dominate on whatever level that you're on, because it's all about finding that niche and just being the best that you possibly be wherever you are. Mm-hmm. Now, one thing that can go against you, though, when you're not at a big school as such, is that you get the exposure.
Right.
You don't get the exposure. You don't necessarily get like on the TV coverage. You're not getting the announcers. You're not getting anybody saying your name. So what we understand is that the buzz. The reason why we have these podcasts and talk shows, we talk about hot topics, is because that's what the buzz is. Mm-hmm. So I'm in Morehouse, I'm dominating in sacks, tackles for loss, and playing deep as an end, and nobody knows about me. Then I'm just under the radar. Nobody knows about me. So one thing that I did at that school is I had to talk with my whole school, the sports information director, and I told them that we need more exposure. So I started advertising the game. Back then, we were put a flyer up. The internet wasn't good. We put a flyer up, advertise the game around campuses so we can get people going, get us interviews with Atlanta Journal, with other newspaper articles, wherever it may be, so they can start getting exposure, so they can start saying my name and other players' names and that nature. So that transition to the NFL was a tough one for me because I got where I went to school at the time, but also because I didn't get picked up until I got picked up as a free agent.
Right.
But even though my pro day, I had the same accolades running 4.6, 240, weight 242 pounds, bench press 225, 25 times, all these different things, the same as someone's D1 school, because I went to Morehouse, I'm not getting looked at the same. Understood, but it can be frustrating. So my transition to the league was one of a grind. And when I got there, it was just like, okay, now my foot is in the door. What can I continue to do to try to stay there? And that was always the goal, so we bounced around for 6 years, and we just did what I could.
So frustrating. You said it could be frustrating at that time because some like we know how it is. The great Eddie Robinson said it himself. Some of the better players you will find at these schools, but they're never ever noticed. So once you got in, and you had the same accolades as some of those from top PWIs or whatever have you, did you still have to find yourself trying to do that extra grind even though you were already there?
I did because one, it was still like learning the game. I transitioned from defensive end to linebacker when I got to the league.
Right.
So I had to learn everything from the linebacker perspective, from how I see the game, the coverages, being a leader of the defense, coming from different rushing the passer, and my hand in the dirt. So I'm learning the game. So that one transition. The other one, to touch on the point of you saying like the frustrating part is you still have to prove yourself. Now that doesn't change for anybody. You always got to prove yourself. But sometimes what I found is that because I'm coming from a smaller school, I don't have the same circle of friends in that league. Like someone went to Michigan or went to USC, there's other coaches from Michigan and USC, or they used to be on the campus. So there's still going to be a slight little bit of edge for someone who has more people in the building that recognize who they went to. So now I got to prove myself. He went to a small school, but can he really play on this level? So now I got to hit harder, I got to play harder, I got to run harder in certain instances until they say, okay, we believe in him. And that doesn't always come about. And also in the league, it's about finding your niche. I can go to Minnesota Vikings, but that, may not be my niche. You go to another team, like you got to play there. Once you make it there, you're a great player. You're a great player at football. And you find your niche with whatever teams and the timing of certain things to make your transition or your playing experience. So I was saying frustrating because even when I was playing, I was still frustrated because there was times where I knew I was better than the 5th round or 3rd round draft pick, sometimes the 1st round draft pick. But because they were drafted in that instance, they front office cannot put this free agent in from a struggling black college and start him over this kid because it's gonna make them look bad.
That's the politics.
That's the politics of the situation, and that's politics in every workforce, everything. So, so I'll deal with that sometimes in the league.
Dang, that's crazy. Thanks for sharing that, because that's just like a lot of people don't understand that happens more than anybody could ever imagine.
Yes, for sure. But like I said, in your workforce, any workforce, it's there. It happens all the time. Somebody have a bachelor's degree, other one comes in with an associate degree. Well, we got to promote the bachelor's degree, even though the person had an associate degree, taught everybody else, trained everybody else. It happens, but but we do talk about it, and there's some empathy, being empathetic to the situation and something to try to change it. But again, all those things are speaking of, made me work harder and help develop a work ethic and a resiliency to make me transition into acting and be able to have that same work ethic, that same, tenacity about and being able to be scrutinized and be able to be, and take rejection, which happens all the time in this entertainment world. Allow me to deal with those things and be able to use those things to try to, take me to the level that I am now and keep going.
It's awesome.
So speak a little bit on your time in Green Bay.
I knew you were going to say that, man. Like, why you have to start there?
Because I just
I guess because it can only get better from there, right?
Burning question. I want to know what it's like in the locker room, what they say about the Bears. Yeah, fuck them, man. We hate Chicago. I'm curious.
Well, that's on that. It was weird because I just came from Minnesota. So I had, I was in Minnesota and then I give it about the Packers. So as a player, I'm like, whoever's gonna help me pay these bills, that's where I'm going. You can't have that. You'll get pride, but it's not the loyalty when you just kind of, you're trying to find your niche. But the Packers, I was there for training camp 2003. Brett Favre was still there. Aaron Rodgers wasn't there yet. And first off, when you get off that plane, and it's like one terminal and two carousels at the time when I was there for baggage claim, you like, where the hell am I at? Because we had to fly to Chicago, then you take one of the little small planes right into Green Bay. And you get there, you drive out of the airplane, it's all flat. And you see, like, I saw a Red Lobster, I saw a Walmart, and then I saw Lambeau Field just out of nowhere. And, just sitting there. So Green Bay, I say that to say, is that wonderful city, a very fan-driven city. The fans own, have partnership in the team, but there ain't shit to do in Green Bay. It ain't a damn thing to do in Green Bay. And believe me, I tried. I was just for training camp, but I tried. I tried to find it. I tried to flip it upside down, turn it around, take shots, drinks, everything else, and it still ain't shit to do in Green Bay. And I remember
cheese.
Yeah, I ain't eating the damn cheese. But I remember asking one of our D linemen. He went to HBCU. He went to Kentucky State. I forgot his name right now, but I asked him, man, how y'all survive out here? He said, man, we spent an ass of money on plane tickets. He said, import, export business. He said, you got to become a professional at the import, export business. And a lot of the guys that were there, they were like, well, fuck it. I bring my girlfriend up here because I'm lonely. Next thing you know, they get married. Then they leave Green Bay and they get divorced. You know what I mean? Because it ain't shit there, So it was an experience. Even though it was a short time, it was an experience, man. But it was a great experience because that is a great franchise. It's a great franchise and it's a great team organization to be a part of for even the amount of time I was. So that's that. The tidbit, I always wanted to play for the Bears because I was Michael Singletary fan. I was always Wilson fan. Banks. I was always Refrigerator Perry. When I came up seeing them and that defense, right? I was like, man, that's where I want to go. So when I came up, and it's like they were a hard-nosed defensive type team. I wanted to play for the Bears, no doubt.
Man, you'd have fit right in. Shit.
Yeah. And he's not just saying that. He's not just saying that because he's on the Chicago Clubhouse podcast. He's for real.
I'm dead serious. Yeah.
Hey, man,
I tell you one thing. There's more shit to do here than it is to do out there in Green Bay.
No lie, man. That's no lies. No lies being said. They used to drive to Milwaukee. Milwaukee was the closest place to go to kind of hang out. That was like two hours away. But Milwaukee was.
God damn.
Right. And that tells you a lot.
Now, you said it. The town hangs out at the Walmart. That's the kicker spot.
You got to pick them up and put them down. Pick them up, put them down at the Walmart.
Best thing to do out there, some cow tipping.
Hey,
shit, I went to Alabama State, so I already know it's Club Walmart. Goddamn it.
Yep, Club Wally's. They call
it.
Yeah.
Hey, did you have much interaction with Brett Favre? Because we've heard he's an asshole.
I didn't have much interaction, man. I was still, young in the game, but yeah. Nah, he was on this side. I was on the defensive side. I was just trying to
pay them bills.
Trying to hit whatever was moving, and I couldn't hit him, so I ain't look at him.
So what was your favorite place of the teams that you played for, Isaac? What was your favorite one? I know I hear good things about Arizona, of course, but elaborate a little bit.
Not I mean, Arizona was the best place to play because I had more playing time and more time there. I was there a total of 3 years.
Mhm.
But that's just where I really got to really dig into the game. You know what I mean? I was they called me a Denny Green guy because I came in with Denny Green in Minnesota.
Right.
And then he went over to Arizona. I went over to Arizona. So
makes sense.
Arizona was the place because the organization still has some work to do. Like I'm from St. Louis, so I knew the organization, the Bidwells, that organization back when they were the St. Louis Cardinals.
Right.
And then they moved to Arizona. The organization still has some things because you can see in this league, in this game, what organizations, the ones that win, those are the organizations that had their shit together. They can have a down season, whatever, but they come back and now they back into at least that top 5, top 7. You know what I mean? The Cardinals had their run right when I left, the 2006 win the Super Bowl, and they had to run. They got in the playoffs and they did their thing. But I just feel like sometimes that organization is just not running things at a high caliber level to be able to be a team that could be able, because they've always had talent, have talent, but can they get the talent together to work together and be able to win games? So that was still the best city and best time at there because it was. I mean, Arizona. Let's talk candidly. Arizona is like another Vegas without the inflation of money. And I'm talking, you go out there, that's a party. That's a party city.
So I've heard.
And it's crazy because when people start really moving out of there, especially people of color, because the white people kept it secret from us for so long, we didn't know. We didn't know what was in Phoenix. We saw Charles Barkley and Kevin Johnson out there. We didn't know what else was in Phoenix. When I went to Phoenix, I was like, "What the hell is Phoenix? What's Phoenix?" Went out there, it's brown and it's just hot. And when they had Super Bowl out there in 2007, an All-Star weekend, came out there, yeah, they had both of them in the same year. When they had that out there, everybody started moving to Phoenix, and it became a thing. It's like another melting pot type city. People from everywhere they moved to Phoenix. Yeah. At a good time, and the houses were cheap, but they were nice. So the cost of living was good, and it's still a great city. It's expanding. One of the biggest, fastest growing cities around right now.
You said they kept it from us. They kept it.
As black folks, we want to go there because they were one of the last states to get Martin Luther King holiday.
Right.
We're like, nah, the whole state is bad. Every city is bad. That wasn't the case, but that's how we felt outside looking at it.
We ain't know better.
Right. Yeah. So tell me, do you still like? I know we're going to talk to a bunch of former players on here, and a lot of the guys that used to play, they say they don't even watch the NFL no more. So I was wondering, do you still watch the NFL? And if you do, who's the teams that you like to look at or like to watch? Who's the players you like to watch? Or what's your favorite franchise?
I do. I still watch the game. I'm still a fan of the game. But I never had an actual team that I was a fan of, besides the Rams when they were in St. Louis when I was coming up. But I'm still like I like the whole Lamar Jackson situation. I like watching him because he's just electric on the field, and I wanted the best for him. Now we just kind of look back and you want the best for these players. Ezekiel Elliott, he's from St. Louis. I just love his his story coming up. So I always watched him when he was in the game. I look at them. I'm a defensive guy still, so I love seeing how these defensive players. I like seeing that cornerback Sauce from the Jets, Diggs from Dallas. I love seeing them play. I love Tampa's defense that they was playing because they played together, especially when we won a Super Bowl. Playing together, and they had a good linebacker crew. That part, and I think right now it's just I like good games. You know what I mean? I like to get out there and see it like, okay, this is a good game. People just they're showing up and they playing. Because it becomes like after a while it becomes more about the money and all those type of things, and it can get kind of messy with those. So we can get back to the essence of the game. That's when I feel like it really thrives.
So you mentioned Lamar Jackson. Yeah. What do you feel about Justin Fields?
And I had a whole argument. I hope some of my partners watch. We get on that group chat, right? And one of my guys was like, "Oh, they need to trade Justin Fields."
Trade.
We look at you.
That's a slap right there. That's a slap.
They need to trade Justin Fields and try to and get Bryce Young. I was like, that'd be one of the stupidest things they could do. Justin Fields is a quarterback that is learning and growing. He got through into the hot seat early, so he didn't have a lot of chance to really try to learn and grow. Use the other draft picks as they did to get players to help him. Offensive line, so he ain't got to run around so much. Get him some receivers. that they can throw the ball and just then build a little bit more, build some more on the defense. Let them build chemistry and camaraderie. You can't bring in a rookie quarterback and throw him into the fire, think he's going to do something. Cleveland has proven that time and time again. They're taking good quarterbacks, threw them into the fire, and then next thing you know, the quarterback is just thrown to the wayside. Now they're not good all of a sudden.
Right.
You gotta build around your quarterback. And when you say Lamar Jackson, that's what Baltimore did. When he first came in with Flacco, when he had to replace Flacco, the offense wasn't built for him. He couldn't thrive in that. So once they got after that, they said, hey, we need to build around his offense, around his talents. And when they started doing that, they started winning games.
So, I mean, you kind of led it to a perfect segue that I want to get to. What did you think about the Bears draft picks? Specifically that offensive tackle, they took top 10, which is, to my opinion, the best tackle in the draft. But then you went out and got him a number 1 receiver too.
Exactly. I think that's the best. That was the best thing they could do. Timing into it because he needs help. And one is addressing the offensive line issues and the challenges there. Also, giving some veterans in that come up with some form of leadership, getting those in. But you got to make the organization attractive. If it's not attractive, why am I going to go there and just and die at this organization because I'm a veteran? I'm gonna go there and just die? Like, why do that? You got to make the organization attractive. The only way you can do that is building players around, because players talk. If I'm there, why you think OBJ went to the Baltimore Ravens? He knew Lamar was going to sign his contract. You don't think they were talking? They did
give him a lot of money, though.
They gave him a lot of money.
They did give Hotel a lot of money. But it was only 1 year, so it's not going to hurt him.
See if he can produce. But, I always looked at it, especially being an underdog, not really making money like that. I never saw the big contract play. But I never understood why players would go take just the big payday, such as what's my guy's name? What was the running back that was for Pittsburgh Steelers, then went to the Jets?
Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell. He took the money to go to the Jets, and where's his career now? You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, like, I never understood it, because it's like I feel like it's got to be a marriage between money and this organization. We're going to win, because you can go to organization, and if they're winning, that's going to give you a little bit more the trajectory for your career. If you're losing, what you doing? They're going to start clearing house.
You the scapegoat because you made all the money.
You made all the money, so now you're the scapegoat, and now you people looking at you. So I didn't ever understood that part. I mean, but that's to each his own. Everybody's, what their objectives and what they have to, what they, responsibility they have in life. But I think the Bears did the right thing, and because I work in film out there, and being from St. Louis, I have affiliation still with Chicago, and of course I wanted to play with them years ago. But I felt like that was the right move. That was the right move. Let Justin Fields sit in there for a minute. Save it, build the rooms. They need to go get another veteran wide receiver if they can in free agency. I know Higgins was in Cincinnati. Is supposed to be up, I believe. They need to get someone like that.
I think they're still working on trying to re-sign him, because he said he would take less money to stay.
Maybe that's good inside.
Yeah, Joe said it too. Joe said he was going to take.
You got the insider scoop over there, Frank the Tank. I see.
Yeah, my boss is a diehard Bengal fan, so he hears all that stuff too. So
but they got to talk about that, because they don't need Barrows to take all the money. All the money, then what we gonna do? So are we gonna stick together so we can win? They right on the cusp of winning, or at least making it there again. So they got to do some things over there. And again, players talk. So they did with that.
Speaking of which, I was wondering. Now we were just talking about with the whole T. Higgins thing, because I know me and my friends, we had debates about guys that me and my best friend damn sure have a debate about guys that either want to take all the money, get as much money as they can, but really don't win. So which one would you rather do? Would you rather be like going to Tom Brady mode? Because we all remember Tom Brady was never the highest paid quarterback.
Right.
Tom Brady, he still got paid, but he sacrificed a lot more money to sit up there to get guys around him so he could win, which is why he's a 7-time Super Bowl champion.
Exactly.
So would that be the route that you would take, or would you just be a guy where, hey, look, man, I'm get about as much bread as I can. If I win, I win.
I think that also depends a lot on the organization and how the organization treats you. If you're in an organization and they're trying to offer you the type of money it's going, but if they, they're not necessarily treating you well, like that, or giving you the kind of respect that you feel like you necessarily need. I feel like the Patriots had such a communication of what they wanted to do and what they wanted to be involved in. And they said, if you do this, because there's ways to make your money outside of it all being taken your contract. And people, them brainiacs up there knowing how to make that money. And then you get your outside endorsement deals. You can get those type of things as well too. And if you're winning, then you get money. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like it's a conversation. I've never been a person that's just this greedy. It's like, if you around me, I'm looking out. You know what I mean? If you with me, I've always been a team player. That's just how I move. But at the same time, yes, you need to get your due. You need to get your way. But how can we structure it? Well, there's a will, there's a way. How can we structure it to where I can still feel compensated for everything that I'm doing and sacrificing and accolades that I'm making for this team? How can I get compensated in a way where we still can all win? And if you're not working with me on that aspect, then yeah, I got to go somewhere who will.
Yeah, and let's also not forget Tom Brady was still a quarterback who still made a lot of damn money, though, even though he did take less, but it was still a lot.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I was saying. Yeah, he was a guy, he sacrificed. You know, he may not get as much money as the number one guy, but shit, he wasn't damn sure getting as less money as the last starting quarterback in the NFL. So,
man, you know, and a talent like that, they're gonna find a way. They gotta find a way to keep him and keep the other people around. So how we need to shuffle this money around, you know, we have that conversation, talk about it, and then people want to win, and that's why it was a winning organization, because they all wanted to win, and that's why they were able to spread it around. They wanted to win, and they did.
But see, I think Isaac, you hit the nail on the head a little earlier when you said organizations that consistently want to win.
Yeah,
I don't think throwing a bunch of money at one player is the answer, or is it not, or is it the detriment? Because you never can tell. I look at one of our own who we on this panel have had conversations with.
We have. I was going to say it too.
Roquan Smith. Roquan Smith wanted $20 million, and a lot of Bears fans were like, I'm not giving him $20 million. They trade him. He still gets his $20 million with the Ravens, but he's in a way better situation now.
Yes.
So that's to your point, right?
Yeah, but to chime in on that, also, what the Patriots are really good, we speak about it because they're the most winning franchise, you know, presently, is that they also had an organization, a system that they can plug and play. They didn't always have to, they let a lot of players go that were really good on the defense side, offensive ball, but because how their system was, I can get this other player for less, plug him in, and still get more better, you know, quality in play. And that's because it was an organization that had a system. They could plug and play. They did that time and time again. They didn't always keep players around for too long, you know. And if you couldn't come in and adjust to their system, what did they do? They let you go.
No matter what your name was, what your draft status was.
You don't fit into our system, brother. So
yeah. And I mean, don't get me wrong, Roquan, bringing him up again, great player. So happy he got his money. Yeah. But at the same time, we were in a rebuild. We needed more than just one linebacker, and throwing $20 million at one linebacker. When you look at our three linebackers we have right now, average all three together, you're at $26 million. We got three damn good linebackers too.
And you got the young players that you don't even know about that's coming up in the ranks. You know what I mean? They get in there, and they, you know, don't even know about them. Just the players. I mean, the coaches. They see them growing, so they're like, oh, okay, we'll keep you around. You got to look about numbers of years, how long we had this person for. It's a lot of things that go into it, but the Patriots, again, plug and play. They had a system.
Definitely, they definitely do have a system. So is there a favorite linebacker that you have in the league?
Right now,
I know you say defense, so I'm trying to see like who's these defensive guys that you like.
You know, the game is changing. It's funny to me because it's like I was still in an era where offenses were running ISO counters. It was a run game. Like, you know what I mean? Like
you can still hit
linebacker. I can still
you can hit. Yeah,
see a fullback across the room, and I just don't like him because he's a fullback. Because, you know, it's like because we were always banging heads, bang, bang, bang every time. Like it was like, you know, when I say that, it was like, you know, they come to the A-hole, ISO, you know, counter. I'm glad to come around the thing. So now it's like it's more of, you know, of a passing league, and it's not just so people aren't hit as much. But I'm biased because Fred Warner, San Francisco 49ers. I coached Fred in the 707 league that I worked called B2G out here in LA. And I coached him through, you know, high school, and just seeing that kid's maturation in the game as it's a sense of gratification. You know, if you like, it's like, you know, it's just seeing how he's developed to being one of the highest paid linebackers, but also one who's earned it. And like, and it's like, you know, his play, he's consistent, he's all over the field. So when you ask that question, Fred Warner is the one of the linebackers that I follow and that I have, you know, a lot of interest in just seeing him continue to flourish.
That's hell of a player, kind of, and they're a factor in linebacker too, because remember, not too long before Fred Warner, they had Patrick Willis,
man,
who was a complete dog.
And my other guy, it was Patrick Willis and the other one. Both of them. They had both of them. Bowman, yeah.
They had a core at linebacker.
They had linebackers, and that's when we were still in the league. When I'm talking about even seeing on the sideline and seeing that game, I'm like, man, them cats special. You know, you give credit where credit due. They were special. They yeah, sure.
Ooh, there was some good days.
They were definitely some special guys over there, man. Solid had them boys together. What's that song? No, or that Fangio? That was Fangio that had them.
Had who?
Oh, had Patrick Willis and them guys.
Yeah, that was Big Fangio.
That was before he came to the Bears, right?
Dennis, what's it called?
Dennis Allen.
No, you talking about the defensive coordinator, D-line coach for 49ers?
Yeah, the defensive coordinator. I think it was it Vic?
It was because he coached me in NFL Europe, and he was a great coach. And then he became head coach for a minute too for the 49ers, but then they fired him after that. He has like an Italian name. Had the hair slicked back, black hair, short. He coached the D-line in NFL Europe, and man, his meetings used to be hilarious. So he's really good dude.
He wasn't in the mafia, was he?
Yeah, I don't ask.
Got to get to that quarterback.
Where were you at? You Frankfurt Galaxy or Barcelona?
I was Scottish Claymore. I was in Scotland.
Claymores.
Yeah, Scottish Claymore.
How the fuck do you know that, JB? Like, what the fuck? Well, but we talk about interfering you, but this don't mean something.
All I do is watch and read sports, man. Like that's all I do.
Like he said in the beginning, he's lame, so he don't have shit else to do.
Hell for love.
Hey, I watched the XFL. I don't know if you all watched it. That was some pretty good football.
XFL was exciting, man.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Didn't somebody get offered a contract too? I heard somebody was offered a contract.
3 people that brought the kick that I heard.
That's good, man. That's good news.
But there was, what's that kid name?
Wish there was a damn Chicago team though, but that's good news.
I can't think of that kid name. He was
down to St. Louis. He watched the Battle Cats, man. Come to St. Louis. You watch the XFL team down there.
AJ McCarron, right? He used to play for
Alabama.
Alabama, right?
For a minute, yeah.
Like they got some tough talent down there.
Yeah. Talking about the quarterback?
Yeah, like they had some, like the XFL had some drafted players that was in there getting it in.
I really did.
Like this just wasn't you and me off the field, like trying to live our dreams. No, they had some real cats.
And the rules made it really exciting because you can get 4 points. You can come back.
You can hit. You can hit.
You can come back. It's weird how they do the kickoff. The kickoff is kind of dope though.
It is. I like it. I like it. And I heard that the NFL was looking into adopting possibly some of those rules. Now the USFL is slightly to me behind the XFL only because Jeremy Bowman, the AJ McCarron ran the XFL like he was like a real dog in the XFL, and I remember he that's what he was. He was in the NFL. It was Andy Dalton's, I remember he was in the NFL for a while at the Bengals, but like I just love it because like how what I'm getting at is Isaac, how you was able to still live your dream in NFL Europe.
Yeah,
now cats today are still able to live their dream with the XFL.
I lived a lot of dreams in NFL Europe. Everybody's on Scottish Claymores, man. They be hiya. That's how they say.
Hey, say Eastern Europe wasn't that bad, was it?
They say hiya, how you doing at the same time? Hiya. Like my boy told me, he said, man, as soon as you get this, he went the year before, he went back. He said, when you get there, he said, all the girls, they're going to be looking like, okay, well, who was that? That's the person. And he said, next thing you know, they dumping their boyfriends because the Claymore's in town. And he wasn't lying, like everything he told me about being over in Europe was facts. And it all happened. And it was a great experience because getting back on the field and playing like, when you were in college, where I'm starting, I'm playing, I'm calling, I'm in the mix. But then you also travel to these places over in Europe that you probably would never go to in your lifetime. Like, in Glasgow, Scotland, I can travel to Edinburgh, the capital, to see these old ass castles that's been around since the time, and feel how surreal that is. But then I'm flying to Barcelona, I'm going to Amsterdam, I'm going to Frankfurt, Germany, Berlin, Germany, Dusseldorf, Germany. Like I'm going to all these different places, and we go in the day before the game, so we got curfew. but then stay the night after the game. And people think, because I say that because, people, NFL players used to get a bad rap. Oh, they out in the city messing with all the women doing it. Man, with NFL, you go to the day before, you got a curfew, and you fly out right after the game.
Right.
So
you don't have no time to kick it.
Do anything to kick it like that. NFL Europe, we was kicking it, man. We was going out after the game, win, lose, or draw. We outside and trying to experience what Berlin has to offer and any other city and country. So it was a great time. It helps to build a lot of friendships, man. But it allows you to go over there and play, and then want to come back over to the NFL and have more experience.
Yes,
it was good though.
That's awesome, man.
It's a good question with Jeremy on that one. I like that. Make it like a G League.
You know what?
It'd be kind of badass. I ain't gonna lie.
I kind of feel like the XFL is like the G League. The USFL
it'd be like your practice squad type thing too.
It could be, but
remember, this is the third rendition of the XFL, so it's kind of hard to see now. This is the most sustained success for the year that it's ever had, as far as numbers, television numbers and everything like that, fandom. But you can see it's more sustainable now.
Yeah,
than it ever been, and that goes back to what you said. Organizations.
And that's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and his team. They got behind it, and the passion he has, because he always talks about his football career.
He's the fourth man, he likes to call himself.
He's the fourth man. So I think it's the passion behind it. But I know it takes a lot of money. It's advertisement dollars, and if you're not getting people watching or tuning in, then you can't. It's hard to fund it because they used to have the UFL back in the day. The UFL, I think they still owe people money. So I think the XFL is kind of like the G League without saying it's the G League, because they don't necessarily have to have ties with the NFL, but then the NFL start putting rules and stuff on them and how they want to run things. So I think they want to be independent so they can do it how they want to, but then try to let it flourish. Because what we do when football's over, what we all say, man, ain't nothing to watch. Because I
want more football.
Nothing to watch. So then that's when the XFL pops in. I think the USFL is going to be in trouble because they're not going to be able to sustain it with the XFL being present.
They're playing now, actually, and I watched it last week,
and nobody even knows it. It's like you don't even know what it. Yeah, and I used to watch it too, but it's hard to keep up with it.
One thing, they don't promote it like that.
They don't have the dollars.
They didn't have the money too, and plus, and it's only been a week since I've watched it. I haven't seen that notable name yet.
No. It's not.
We may not see it because it's still early. People didn't get cut from their practice squads and yet stuff like that. We don't know. But then I heard that there was some things on people's contracts that they couldn't go play for those teams if they were under practice squad restrictions and stuff.
It's because before it was the CFL. So I did a stint of CFL, still trying to revive my NFL career because I was 30 years old, and the Cardinals weren't signing me back. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Other teams picking me up because I was under the radar on practice squad, active roster, bouncing back and forth. I'm like, shit, now I'm considered old in the league because I'm 30. And, but I'm like, I've been preserved. Like I those games, like I still got it, the 30. So CFL my phone up, and arena football was too. I tried out for arena football. That shit just ain't for me. And, CFL was born for the Edmonton. So I went to Edmonton, and now, it's like I went up there halfway through the season already. So I went to Memorial Weekend, halfway through the season, and I end up starting, but I had to play defensive end now. I had to go put my hand
back.
Yeah, so I put my hand back in the dirt, but I love rushing the passer. That was my thing. I love rushing the passer. But now
we can use you now.
Say it again.
We can use you right now. We need somebody to rush the passer.
I got about 2 snaps for you. That's about 2. I got 2 hot snaps for you, baby. Coming in there. Secret weapon. But that yard off the ball is a thing, and learning those rules, and I got thrown into the fire, kind of quick. So it's like I still didn't know all the rules when I was playing, but that yard off the ball, that makes a big difference when you're trying to rush the passer, and it's a passing lead. So it's like getting the ball off is really frustrating. It's like that's why it's not a lot of sacks, but some guys are really getting to the quarterback. But I say all to say is because I did that thinking I can, that window. I'll be done there November, December, depending if they go to playoffs. And then that window, I can go back to the NFL.
To the NFL, yeah.
I gotta sell it to you in the Canadian Football League. Oh, well, come up here and play and you do good and this and that, you can go back to the NFL. Even if you sign a contract, your second year is an option. But it's really hard to do. Like some players have done it, but it's really not that easy to do because they kind of trick you in that timetable in that period of how you can try to get back to the league. And I say that because I don't know how that works with the XFL and the USFL. So read the contracts, man. Read the fine print for sure.
Look, that's what they got to do because I'm sure there's a couple of guys that I watched this summer this XFL season that'll probably get poached. Like they're going to get some invitations because when I tell you it was lit, it's a couple guys on that San Antonio team called the Brahmas. Yeah, I was like, yeah, them some nice boys right there.
That's facts. Yeah, that's true.
So we gonna look for them. We're gonna definitely look for them.
Hey, Terrence, you all right, man? Like you got a headache or something? You see?
Yeah, I'm cool, man. I'm just a little frustrated because my screen keeps freezing.
Well, how do you think we feel?
Why keep looking like that.
I know. Right?
How do you think we feel? Does your screen just
messed up to keep watching?
Yeah, y'all hate it because
and they're not good pictures that are freezing either.
You look like they about to spit on somebody right now.
I'm just kidding. That was a pose.
That's like, right. Just smile. Next time they open it, just smile so we can get that
I'm gonna say like turn some of your devices off or something like.
That's that all these connection, baby.
Use your hotspot on your phone, brother. Something.
You know what? I think it's that Aldi connection I got.
That's what he just said.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, that's what it is, man.
And y'all gonna quit dissing Aldi, man.
You came up. I grew up on.
I don't think they got good internet connection.
Aldi's got great food. Like
Aldi actually has a really good fruit section. The fruit section.
My parents bought Aldi so much that when they bought the Aldi Kool-Aid, which is called Flavor Aid.
Yep.
And we used to drink that so much as a kid that when I tried Kool-Aid, the name brand, I was like, "Oh, this is nasty." And my mom just fell out laughing because she was like, you know what I mean? Because she was like, "You don't like the name brands now." Like I liked it all the old brands. And so
exactly.
If it tastes good, I don't give a shit what it's called.
Right. I know I did.
See, I know JB's thinking that right now too. Look at that screen.
Hey.
You know it's big nasty. They got the white folks eating this shit. They got the shit like over here where I stay at, man. They got a damn big ass high rise and damn all these down there at the damn bottom.
Just sitting there like Whole Foods. Okay, yeah.
Right.
They got organic sections. They ain't had none of this stuff when I grew up. They got organic.
This ain't no organic internet though.
But wait, the craziest thing is like I know you had said because I actually had a stand. I played a little ball and was in Frankfurt, Germany myself. I know you when you all played against the Frankfurt Galaxy. Like Aldi's was from Germany. Like that. Aldi grocery store comes from Germany.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the craziest thing. Like, hey, I know this store. That's where it originated from.
Okay.
Craziest thing. More nerd facts. More nerd facts.
More nerd facts. So tell us about how do you like acting on the force? Power, force.
Man, it's amazing, bro. Like, I think about this acting game. It's one of them things where you see me now, but I've been doing it for 15 years, and I transitioned into out of football, and it was like you got to work your way up. Nobody cared that I played football. I wasn't a household name. Somebody wasn't giving me any roles. They weren't. So I was like auditioning for the littlest things. I was doing student films over at UCLA or USC just to try to get stuff to my reel. I was doing, commercials. I was doing stunt stuff in football commercials. It's a Old Spice commercial, the one when Ray Lewis was running down the field of the kickoff and the bear was in it a long time ago. I was one of the people running down on kickoff. Now because I was still kind of fresh out, I was running down full speed because kickoff, I got PTSD still from kickoff team. So because we did kickoff team, we had to hit the wedge, and that was like being in Braveheart when you go into war and they just run down, just jump into each other. That's what the team was like. So it was funny. They had to tell me to slow down because I was faster than the camera. Because I'm like, man, I got PTSD. They ain't finna get me. I'm out. So, what I say all to say, man, is that suicide. Suicide, man. It was like you go down, you'll hit that wedge, and because you'll blink while you hit it, and then you'll get up like, okay, am I all right? Anything hurt? Anything hurt? No, because you had all your second and third string offensive linemen making the wedge back there. So they just 300 pounds just coming together like a big old shield. You just trying to crack it with a crease, like just hit the crease, break it up, so somebody either come make the tackle. And me being what they call the wedge buster, the sacrificial lamb, you gotta go down there and bust that wedge, and that's how you got your credit. If you knock them people down, everybody clapping and everything else for you. They don't do that anymore. It's trying to save grace. But I say that to say that when it comes to acting is the same, thing where it's like you go through all these different auditions. First of all, you work on your craft. You gotta go to acting school, go to acting classes, and you're trying to work on the craft. You're in these classes, I was there. I was like, what the hell I'm doing? This cat knows his lines already. I just got the lines and I'm trying to do this work with him. So it's like times where I felt as though like maybe I'm not built for this. Maybe this transition, because I got into it because I didn't know what the hell else I was going to do with my life. That's why I got into acting, because I was leaving out of making the transition out of football, and I was just stuck like, okay, well now what I'm going to do?
Had you always had like an interest in acting, or it just kind of fell in your lap?
It just fell in. I had some things where I was like on a panel, or I'd be around like a situation. I had a publicist, a friend of mine that went to Morehouse, and he became a publicist. He's like, let me be a publicist. I said, I don't even know what that is. How you gonna be a publicist? Like, like I ain't a big name in football. He's like, don't matter. And he started putting me in rooms. So that's the power of just being in places and networking and talking. The football part is a conversational piece. That's why part of why we're talking now is a conversational piece. Once you start talking, then it started meeting. So I met other actors, I met different people in entertainment. I was like, honestly, I like the attention and the limelight that y'all still kind of get. Like, you on the show. I'm walking with friends of mine, walking the show. People going, oh my God, you're such a such. I was like, that's amazing. That's great. Because I was still unfulfilled from football. I left football unfulfilled. I was still angry, mad, and bitter that I didn't get my shot and that I didn't make the money that these other cats that made, even though I know I'm better than them. And not only do I know I'm better than them, the coaches know I'm better than them, but they won't say so because like, again, higher draft pick, or they'll tell me, but it's like nothing I can do. So I'm just there and I'm getting cut, release, brought back. So it was like I left football angry. So it's like I still was like, man, no, I want more for myself. I want more for my family. I want more for my bank account. So it's like, what are we trying to do? I tried personal training. I tried working and doing promotion for Hennessy. I started looking at things like modeling, like, oh, they say you can take a good picture. Okay, well, I'm a model then. So I'm doing these things. And acting came into the play where I was like, okay, I got to acting class. I'm like, man, this is like therapy. And this is before therapy really was like, mental health wasn't even on the big picture. It wasn't a big thing. I said, but I'm in acting class and they're asking me to be somebody who's hurt because they broke up with their girlfriend and now, or broke up with their girlfriend or had a love loss or lost their mother, something of that nature. And maybe I have not experienced this, but you learn substitution. So now you learn to whatever experience that hurt me, I have into the position in my mindset to portray me being hurt by this relationship or having a lost mother. So I was using football like a motherfucker. Like I'm using football, the anger from football. I'm using the anger because I ain't have a bad life growing up. So I didn't have a lot of those things. But I had to learn the substitution that became therapy. So eventually that allowed me to be able to release some of the things that I was holding on to in life. Acting. So as I kept on progressing at it and using those different work ethics, it allowed me to become better at it. And then just get more opportunities. Because it's not about you just getting into it right away. It's about how long can you sustain not having a job until you get one that will help pay your bills, or to say you can just be acting. I worked as a security guard. I left the NFL, and the only thing that helped me, because I was ashamed, I was embarrassed, because I didn't leave with a lot of money. I did real estate 2008, lost a lot of money, and I was basically starting over. I moved out to LA, staying on my cousin's couch and couch surf for a minute. I saw that clip of me being on the reality show.
Right.
I was letting my house foreclose because it was too much, because I had all these real estate problems and everything else. I was staying on my partner's couch, my cousin's couch in LA, but I'm on TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people see me on TV, but I'm staying on my cousin's couch, and that's what a lot of people, actors, have that story to tell. You come to LA,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I understand that totally. Yeah, because I actually had a couple friends, because I used to act too, and I had a couple friends. I just went down there to Cali, just to go visit them. It was 3 of them in a small ass 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah,
they had a dude sleeping in the living room, and then the 2 girls shared the bedroom. And they were paying so much, like the cost of living down out there in Cali is crazy.
That's why it's 3 people.
Crazy, man. So I totally understand what you're talking about and where you're coming from with that.
Yeah, I had to let go. Because I'm like, you can't come an NFL player now. I'm working as a security guard over here at this bar. You know what I mean? The only thing that would help you is that I got out of Phoenix and went to LA when nobody knew me. So now I can do different things. They helped me mentally, you know what I mean? So I could let go of feeling ashamed and embarrassed. So I come to LA and start over, and I worked at a group home working with kids, but I worked the night shift so I could audition in the daytime. You know what I mean? So I was doing that part. So that part is kind of, helped me. So the acting game, as you're going back to you saying before, is that I'm grateful that I have this role because I worked everything I've done from every student film to every commercial to any role, guest star, co-star, whatever it may be, helped build me for this role to get the role that I feel like they wrote for me. You know what I mean? I say that when I'm the force, I'm like, man, I'm grateful. I tell every day I'm happy. I'm excited to go to work. It ain't even work. It's like playing. You know what I mean? But you got to put in the work. But when I'm there, it's like a playground. It's recess. Let's go. Because now I get to, formulate this how I want to say this as this character, how I want to do. I'm in these situations. They don't have to be real life situations, but I can relate to them. You know what I mean? And now I can put everything in it because, and then again, I also understand that it's not for long. Just like the NFL stands for not for long. This show can go out of my hands. I don't know if it's how many seasons it's gonna go. I hope it goes, a long time. But it can easily be cut just like that. We got a writer strike happening right now.
Exactly.
Gonna go into an actor strike. So what they gonna do? We're gonna push the show back. You know what I mean? I was blessed. I just had they put our season 2 and gave us a date just now for saying we're gonna be September 1st. Pop before, of course. Make sure y'all check it out on Star September 1st.
Yeah, go ahead. Promote it loud. Promote it again.
Well, we did get a question about it.
Of course. Hey, aka Diamond coming at you right now. We're coming out September 1st, season 2. Make sure y'all tune in. I understand y'all ain't gotta have the app the whole time. Get the app before, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get the 7-day trial, wait till we air a few times, then you
and then catch up.
Get the month. Get the month.
I gotta start from fresh.
There you go. Start fresh, bro.
And we had a question on there about your the Force too.
Okay, what we got?
What parallels did you find between yourself and Diamond?
Look at Brian Keys. That's Lil Keys. Brian plays. He played the feds on our show, so I got to watch how I answer his questions because he played the feds. He feds in real life too.
Hey, is he a family member of yours?
We still trying to figure that out. It's funny because we got on the show. We got
somewhere down the line.
Yeah, we started talking. And he said, he had family through Mississippi. I do too. Then come up through St. Louis. I said, man, we cousins. But all his life, he been known as Big Keys until he met me. So now he's Lil Keys. So he having a trouble adjusting to that. But the parallels, I think, between myself and Diamond is, as we talked about through the football transition and the acting, I think with Diamond, he was trying to pivot from one thing. Was the first season was coming out of doing 15 years in prison, which already been institutionalized, would change you in a lot of ways. And with Diamond, he was doing those 15 years. He learned, he went in as a known killer, a known person that was kind of cutthroat, very calculated, and in his mind how he moves. But went in there, and I think he learned some compassion. I think he learned some, being empathetic, but he also learned how to, be more in tune with himself in those 15 years. So when he came out, that's why one of the lines is he's saying that I'm not the same person that I was when I went in. I'm not with all that killing. So he was trying to pivot, but he was in the same room with things that won't allow him to pivot. And I say this a lot, it's like a lot of times you can let go of your past personally, but the people around you may not. You're still that same person. So even though you're trying to evolve, they're not going to let you. So, and also because he was in the same space. So how are you going to change when you're doing the same thing? You know what I mean? What the guy say, how you going to be faithful in a room full of hoes? You can't be in that room full of hoes no more if you're going to be faithful. You got to get out the room full of hoes. So, Diamond, I think the parallel I had is that I had to pivot and transition a lot of times in life. The main one, going from the football thing and aspect, and so did he. But in order to make those changes, you got to make other changes around him. And that's where I think he's still at. He hasn't made those changes. So either he got to go all in one way or all in the other way, because the streets is cutthroat. You ain't gonna survive in these streets trying to have morals and values, And I think that's what it was kind of some of the parallels. Brian Keys, Luke Keys.
We got another questions coming in.
Yeah, we have another question too that I'm going to go back on a little bit because Terrence wasn't doing his job when he was freezing on here because this was from earlier.
We got a question from Aldi's. Maybe we got a question from Aldi's.
He did ask all these questions too. But he's like, "How was it working with Joseph Sikora since he was a Chicago dude?"
Oh man, first off, Joseph Sikora is a historian of Chicago, and he's one of the people. Like I'm talking about, he would tell you things from the north side, south side, west, all about the sides, the boroughs, the history, things about the buildings. I mean, he would just blow my mind. And he was also one of the people who, when I got to Chicago, hit me up. We went to go grab dinner. And then we also set up like a ride along. Like he took me out in the city because being from St. Louis, I understand the Midwest, but Chicago is still a different place than St. Louis. So I got to give Chicago its own respect. You know what I mean? So I need to, in order for me to my character, bring value to my character, I need to be in the South Side. I need to go over to the South Side. I need to see the West Side. I need to drive around in these cities. I need to see a lot of things. I need to go to, MacArthur's and get some soul food. You know what I mean? I need to do those things to be there, because I'm not going to be disrespectful and disrespect that city like that. So Joseph was one of the segues to help me, get acclimated to the city. But not only that, he knows these shows in and out. He's the original character off of Power. So I look at him as like, we talk about football, as the captain of my team. When the captain of the team is like, I'm going to follow you where you want to go. Where we going? Be the leader. Now I know my role, and I'm going to, excel in my role, but I know who's the captain at the moment. You know what I mean? At the time to help to teach. I want to learn from him. And he was been nothing but an open book, somebody who to help teach me about the city, but also about the show. And then that allows me to, the more I learn, because I always learn in locker room, keep my eyes and ears open before I just start speaking and shit. I used to look at Jake Reed and Chris Walsh and Randy Moss in Minnesota, and I would see what they did to take care of their bodies. I see what they did, where they warm up. So I take that same thing over when we go into acting. I'm gonna learn, I'm gonna listen, and then now that allows me to go out there and play to my best ability. And Joseph was a big help in that.
That's nice. Yeah, you got a lot of questions rolling in here for the Force, so that's nice. We got another one here. What can we expect on your character in season 2? Are you going to tell us what to expect, or should we actually have to watch it to see?
You're going to definitely have to watch it. I'm not giving you that, but I can give you. You definitely got to watch it. I think some tidbits what you can expect from. Diamond's still in a conflicted situation where, again, he's still trying to figure out like how you going about this game. But as we left off, him and Tommy were starting to kind of like figure some things out together. He's like, okay, well, this city, and I think that's when Diamond was kind of like, you know what? This is who I am. Now he can say this is who I am, but at the same time, he still can be conflicted at times. And I think at the point you're going to see a lot of action with Diamond and Tommy. I think you're going to see a lot of there's a turmoil between Jannard and Tommy. We got to see where that goes. As you said, Foul Mouth sees that he need to kill your brother. And, I don't think you're wrong for that. I don't think you're wrong for stating that. Somebody tried to kill you or got ill will for you. How many chances are you going to give them? Before they just basically take you out. And then, like you said, morals and values will get you killed in these streets. So I think you got a lot to look forward to that in season 2. And, not only just Diamond, like these storylines have gotten amazing. Like we had enough room to grow from season 1 to season 2, which is good in the series. And we wanted to be more gritty. We wanted to be more grimy. We wanted to be more Chicago. And I think we accomplished that, with our team. Our showrunner, Gary Lennon, has been on original Power. He came over, so he understands the tempo and the flow. And right now in this day and age, these shows, like you look at Snowfall, like these shows are like bringing it. And I don't want our show to be no mellow drama soap opera. I want us to bring it, and I want us to be able to really allow people to relate, but not only to the instances, but to these characters. Like I want to be able to go internally so these people can relate to, the emotion. I want to pull the emotion. I want you to pull how you feel. You angry, mad. I want to pull those things out by our storylines. And I think our whole cast is amazing, man. And I think we all were able to do that with the writing.
Nice. All right.
So I got a question then for that.
Mm-hmm.
How much did you pull? Because now you're going, as you said, your character Diamond, but you went through that transition yourself, going from Isaac, the football player, to now Isaac Keys to actor. So from that aspect, did that play a lot of role into what you're bringing to the role of Diamond?
Yeah, of course. I think, with that, it was the transition. Just like just not knowing. Sometimes you just don't know.
So the uncertainty of it all.
Uncertainty and then learning that, okay, it can be okay with not knowing.
Okay.
But as long as I keep putting one foot forward, I'm going in a direction. I'm not staying stagnant. So I think I took a lot of my things that I've been through. I sold little dime bags and shit back when I was in high school. I wasn't moving no weight, but I understood what that was. I've been in the streets a little bit here and there. I know, the relationships that you have, close relationships that you may have, but then the relationship doesn't work out. Do you cancel them and move on, or do you still try to fix that relationship, such as Diamond has to do with his brother? I understand what it feels like to try to be at the top, I understand what it feels like to try to have power and respect, and then those type of things, and then what do you have to do to obtain it, and then once you obtain it, how do you keep it? So I pulled a lot of things from my life, and then what I didn't pull, like I never been incarcerated for 15 years, so I made sure I talked to people who were incarcerated. I wanted to understand. I wanted to do that justice. I was not going to come out of that prison as Diamond with not, checking my senses, being on high alert without, really kind of just taking everything in, but also feeling a little bit kind of uneasy. You know what I mean? Because those are the things that I learned from people who were incarcerated when they came out. Yeah, think about it. Then you got to put yourself in a situation. You've been in something 15 years. You just don't come out the same person. So I want to know those different things.
We got a question from Aaron Nelson.
Call him Aaron the Lions fan, Nelson.
Says, of all your friends in your group chat, who do you think would be a good guest star on Power Force?
We could add the 4 to this panel too. The 3.
Yeah, I think so. But the thing about it is, CBI Diamond needs some more friends. I mean, his brother that dipped out on and turned on, so Diamond needs some more friends and some more people in CBI. So I definitely
call up your light skinned brother right here, man.
Get that man.
Hey, y'all need a little light skin on the show, man.
And I'm Puerto Rican, I guess.
There we go. That works too. You will see a lot of that too in season 2 with the cartel. We got to tie that in, and I think that's one thing. And I'll get to you, Aaron. Is that we want to make sure we talk, and we did in the first season, but really tap back into how divided the city is, and how relationships don't always happen just because of the division. And then if you try to make these relationships happen, what kind of instances do you have? What kind of trouble you have? Because basically what power is like a den of thieves. It's like everybody is just, you can't trust nobody. You can work with them, but can you trust them? And then how long can you do that? And then you still got to fend for yourself and looking over your shoulder. I think in the group chat, I think Aaron's talking about, we call him Domino. He's one of my partners of mine. He went to Morehouse as well. And we have a group chat with some of our other Morehouse brothers. All of us is clowns, and all of us like to sit on the phone, like you said, is debate back and forth. Aaron, I think you'll fit in good, man. I put you as an accountant or something. I need an accountant for all that money that I have.
Keep the money right.
I don't know why. Street mentality. I got a big old safe in the basement and all this money in there, and I need to put it somewhere. So I need to find a way to filter my money out and make it clean. So I put you in there, Aaron. We need a good old accountant. So I think
we got one more question up in there too. We got one more question just to avoid T-Nick popping up in here right now. What kind of freedom do you have with this character? Can you provide like an input, like a direction, or do you just follow the script?
Good question. That's a very good question. With us, man, we do. We are allowed to have input. Like the writers do a great job of putting these words on the paper, but there's things they miss because I need to be able to say it in my voice or say it in also a Chicago dialect.
Man, yeah.
So, what I'm saying, like how we gonna talk on the streets? I'm not gonna say, certain things one way. I gotta say it the way that I would say it on the streets. Like we may throw terms in like Chicago terms, like, oh, he a hype, you know what I mean? That type of thing. Now Chicago, I ain't say hype. We say he was a crackhead or somebody, or a basehead. Chicago hype, you know what I mean? Make sure I say, we change, we gotta meet the car. I ain't saying soda. We say pop in Chicago. So, you know what I mean? Just making sure something.
Yeah, we don't say soda out here.
Yeah.
Joe, you gotta say Joe.
Right, and say Joe, G, what up, G, that type of thing. Say the streets right, what I'm saying? So, but we all have input. What happens is, Jeremy, is we just have a conversation with the writer that's on set. So if I have an issue with something, how something said, or our question, we talk to the writer on set and they'll explain it. But it's always a respect thing, because you don't want to disrespect the writer when they put all their heart and soul and laying these words down. So you ask. You're not just going up there just changing things and being disrespectful by just doing something different. Because basically your job won't be there that long, no matter who you are, what I mean? So it makes sure that, it's a conversation. And, just because we all want to just have the best show that we possibly can have and be the best on camera that we possibly can. It's that. So, yeah, it's a good conversation. A good question on that.
So is ad-libbing encouraged at all?
It can be, as long as it's not, and then that may be, depending on who you are, you can get away with a little something.
Well, I was going to say, because sometimes it calls for it. Like if you just said,
hey, Terrence is on one of our show. He can't come here just trying to say shit on the show right there, because they move Terrence out to the back. if it's in the cusp of getting the point across, you can ad lib. Like, cause sometimes, you know, in a real conversation, you don't know exactly what you're going to say. You know, like, so you can't go up there just saying the lines like that. It's got to be a conversation. And sometimes the ad lib may help that conversation flow more in a sense. So, and then they'll tell you. I mean, they'll say like, well, we're not sure if that works. Or, you know, and then have conversation again. So, you know, there's times where, you know, you just kind of finesse the situation for us, what the words say, how you think you would say, how you think your character was saying, not how I was saying, how my character would say it in that situation. So, yeah. So sometimes you got to live a little bit.
Look at this question, man.
Yeah, I saw that. That made me laugh right there.
So Lofty was asking, "Are you single?"
Wait, before you answer that, she got to come with a better picture than the goddamn Powerpuff Girl. Now, come on.
Right, I know, right?
Lofty, I appreciate that question. I usually keep my personal life private in my
personal.
You know,
hey, you might have to talk to Omarosa about that too.
Omarosa, Omarosa had a chance. You know, she had a chance to get some of this, but she, you know, it didn't work out too well.
Yeah, you told her you to take your shoes off before you come in my tent.
For the tent, man. Yeah, man. You see, I put a lot of work in that tent, man. That show was really. That was my first time like on camera, man. But that really kind of gave me the bug, man. It's when it came to acting because I felt like I could be on camera. I wasn't nervous or wasn't uncomfortable on camera. So,
but see, that was you though, right? That was not
and exactly. And so from that, I had T-Bone give me an audition. I say this before on the podcast, and they gave me an audition, and I was terrible. Like you gave me some lines that I got to say, and stuff like that. I wasn't ready. I was they called green. I wasn't ready. I thought, oh man, come on, TV One, y'all got me on the reality show. All y'all gotta do is put me on Tatiana's show. Put me on the other show that y'all got going. Nah, I wasn't ready yet, bro. I wasn't. So it you know, that's why I said the work had to go. I had to put the work in. To get to a point. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, brother. You're gonna inspire me, man. I'm about to get back in it.
Let's do it, man.
I'm about to get back in it, man.
I gotta start watching.
Get back in what?
In acting. I used to act, bro. I used to do all that before I got my job. Now
we know damn well that's a rated R movie.
So I can do it.
Wait, Chris, what acting did you do?
Let me see. I've been in Fred Claus. That was a movie with Vince Vaughn, Rachel Weisz. I was in one of the Batmans. I can't remember which one. The one with the Joker in it. I don't know why it's not sticking in my mind. The Dark Knight.
Doing what?
You gotta run your resume for Terrence, man.
Yeah, I know.
What was you doing?
I didn't even know.
Hey,
you know how many times I've watched those damn movies? I didn't know that shit.
Go to work.
I'm gonna be watching that movie like to a T now to try to find.
Hey, Chris, I knew that, didn't I?
Yes, I know you did. Tans don't be knowing shit. I told you, put a camera in front of me. I go to work on that motherfucker. I don't give a fuck.
Oh my
God. That's what I do.
Man, you just act like a fucking fool.
On your show, is there like any need for like a football coach?
I can get emotional. I can get mad. Well, we all know I can get mad.
Get like a football coach. We can get Terrence up in there.
Right.
Hey,
we need like a football coach.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Hey, tell him for sure you can be tall.
Yeah, I can be tall.
And light skin.
Yeah, that's what I told. Hey, Isaac, hey, man, if you need team light skin, baby, just let me know.
I got you, man.
Whatever role y'all want, shit.
I guess I'll rock the cartel.
You might as well.
So, before we let you go, Isaac, you spent a lot of time in Chicago, man. So I know you've been to some good places to eat.
Yeah.
Like Harold's. I know you done had Harold's.
I'm about to say you got to ask the question, man.
Yeah, you didn't even ask. I guess we all knew what the answer was going to be.
All right.
That's because the man's scared if he going to freeze or not, goddamn. He might freeze up.
Oh, no, he all clear now. Like he didn't went and paid the bill or something. He good.
All right. So Harold's or Uncle Remus?
You know, I don't.
Oh shit!
That's a good one.
Thinking too long.
Because y'all get real finicky about it because first off, which Harold? Because I be like, hey, Harold, but you got to go to the right Harold.
That's one.
That's got bourbon Harold out here.
Because I done been a Harold, I'm like, okay, you know, but like
as have we. So you right.
Right.
But the kicker for you, Isaac, is when you said MacArthur's, I knew you had hit that west side.
Yeah, I hit that west side. I gotta go to the west side. I go right down Madison and get right into it.
Yeah.
They baptized me with that Harold. They've been talking about it.
Yeah, man.
I just have KFC up in this motherfucker.
I think I'm gonna go with Harold's just because I've had it more. I've had Harold's more. It's been right there and more prevalent, and what I mean, and they've showed a lot of love. You know what I mean? But I'm open, man. Give me a little chicken. I like a little chicken, man.
Hey, where you filming that? Well, where were you filming that? Because they should have catered. They should have had that truck cater for you. Because
we brought Harold's out for when we filmed our season finale in season 1.
Okay, so you did it already.
Why they not coming to that one?
I don't know. They said
whole catering thing.
We had everybody. Yeah, it was good. We in the cast, we got that together and had Harold's come out.
Y'all been filming all over. Y'all filmed all over because actually, I saw you guys when I was working. What's the little diner spot that you was always in season 1?
Yeah, the diner. That's like especially that town right off Broadway.
That's exactly.
Historic.
I used to operate the train past there all the damn time. So I used to
what was that? Old Town? You was in Old Town or Andersonville?
Nah, he was right over there right there by Wilson.
Mm-hmm. And then the
Red Line.
Golden something. Yeah. It's the Golden something or something like that.
About that. The Al Capone spot right down the street. The little rain spot down the street. Yeah, we filmed that a lot. That's the diner we be in, and then we center space our stages, but we all over that city, man. All over. It was Stony Island. Down there, we be in the hood.
We were down the street. Over in where were we filming?
It was by the park. That was over by the park.
That was over by Dusaba, wasn't it?
You talking about Dusaba Museum or Dusaba High School?
It was over by the museum. But was it by the museum?
You don't know where you at.
Yeah,
that's Washington Park.
It's like off Washington. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what that was. I'm sorry, it was a year ago, so my memory is kind of messing with me a little bit. But yeah,
but I tell you what, man, I give a lot of credit to the city, man. The city's shown nothing but love for us, man. You know what I mean, we put a lot of them, them people, they show love on our streets. We be putting a lot of inconvenience on these families being outside. Hey, can you please stay inside for a second for the shot? Different things like that. So I really just commend the people of the city just working with us. You know what I mean? So, I just appreciate that, man. I appreciate the city's been showing. It just shows a lot of love, and I'm just glad we can represent the city in so many different ways.
That's what we proud of, man. It's real talk, because sometimes we've seen some depictions of our city.
Sure.
We know that ain't our city.
Yeah.
Like, we know where they saying they are. No, you're not.
Yeah.
You not.
No, you're not. Yeah, we try to get it right.
Don't go out skyline in there and say that, this Chicago. Nah, motherfucker.
Yeah, it'd be Canada. It'd be Ontario or something.
We're in the city, but that gives a lot of credit to Joseph as well, because being from Chicago, but Chris being from Chicago, and our cast and team, like real talk, 5 Mile City, like they do so much casting, as Clarence knows, casting out of Chicago. All these guest stars to come on are people from Chicago, so we can keep the authenticity. You know what I mean? So we can keep
I know a few people that actually I've gone to see them that's from Chicago that I've gone to acted with, that I've gone to literally seen them like at the like season 2, your rap party.
Yeah, man,
I sit up there seeing like, damn, them all my peoples right there. They kept going with it. My ass had to stop. I had some other responsibilities I had to take care of. So, but yeah, I'm proud of them. I love it. I love the way y'all represent the city. Always love the way Chicago. I live and breathe this shit. I bleed Chicago blue.
There you go.
And white and red.
I was gonna say you said Chicago blue.
Now, Terrence, ask him the other question.
All right, JB, relax. I'm coming.
Make sure you ask the question this time.
Frank, shut up. Pizza. Is it Giordano's or you got Italian Fiesta?
Illuminati's.
Yeah. Favorite pizza spot.
Your favorite pizza place in Chicago.
I'm glad you Illuminati's.
You like Illuminati's?
Illuminati's. I had Giordano's, it's straight, but like y'all know, it's like the deep dish. That's a touristy pizza. Like,
I knew you was gonna say that.
It really is.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Is. I came out there, I was like, I haven't had deep dish when I first season. I was like, let me get deep dish. I was like, okay, that's enough. It's like, it's too much.
Okay, that's
too much. I wanted the experience, because I've been out there. I've had it a long time.
Eat it with a fork.
But it's like, yeah, I'm in the city. I couldn't eat the whole thing. I had a little personal joint. So you go back to the thin crust one, Illuminati's. I had that. It was fire. I like that one.
The sausage
But I
patty.
think you can't really go wrong. I'm not that finicky on pizza, but
So the crust wasn't like gravelly to you?
I don't remember. I probably was drunk. Darren. You trying to
Everything tastes better when you're drunk.
Exactly. That's probably why it was so good. I had that Illuminati when I was drunk. Giordano's I was sober. So
damn.
All right.
Summertime shy, man. Summertime shy. It's a real thing, man.
What's up? You coming to the summertime shy? You gonna stay out there?
No, man. I'm trying. I wish we supposed to be filming right now. I'm missing a boat or something, a boat or two out there. You know what I mean?
Wait, are you suspended from filming right now?
We're not suspended. We just haven't got
We're
our
not suspended.
Not suspended, but a lot of people are. We probably would have been, maybe. I don't know. A lot of that's above my pay grade, man. You know what I'm saying? Solidarity to the writers.
Absolutely.
But
I just read something off a couple of movie scripts that I was interested in watching when they came out that said there was like a pause because of like some finishing touches on the writing and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, not writing, on the editing of certain things.
Editing could be because a lot of times the movies would probably go and start trying to film. You know what I mean? Because their script is already done. But with TV, you need to have writers on board because
like all the time, right?
There, so it can be different. But again, like I don't even know all the things like that. But even like Star Wars, like I said, I just got privy to the release date for season 2. So right now we're waiting to see like, okay, when we're gonna go back and start filming. And I think they're gonna wait till like season 2 airs and do their thing. But my pay grade, man, it's out of Diamond's and Isaac's hands, man. I don't even know what to do. I just want to work, man. I'm looking for more jobs and just want to work and then get back into it.
I think the trailer for season 2 just dropped.
Yeah, it just dropped yesterday.
So I got a Homer question.
I can't wait.
I got a Homer question I gotta ask you. A nerd question. Not saying that you wouldn't do it because I know the answer already, but any interest in going into Marvel?
Hell yeah. People tell me that all the time. They're like, man, you need to do a Marvel movie. I'm like, man, from your mouth to God's ears. I definitely want to do a Marvel movie. I want to do some type of action hero type film. The type of roles that I like, man, I love the role of Diamond, but I don't always, as an actor, I want to always be able to show my range. I want to be able to do other things outside that. And I want this series to continue to go, but in between, I want to do feature films. I want to get, on hiatus, this time off, let me get a feature film, not let me get, but let me work my way into a feature film. I like play love interest, a lot of the roles that Michael B. Jordan plays, I like those roles he plays. I like when Will Smith was playing like in Hitch, something like that, where it's like, a Hitch, it's like a counselor therapist, even when he played in Hancock, playing like a superhero that way, in the kind of way that has his own issues. But I want to always be able to challenge myself in different roles because I don't want to get caught in to where, it's a blessing to have Diamond, but I want to get caught into like all I see is Diamond. Yeah. I don't want that. I want to be able to do Diamond very well, but do some of these other characters over here too. And I think that
a gentleman that comes to name of just most recent, because if you watched, the Creed 3 and then you watched Ant-Man and stuff like that, Jonathan Majors showed that reign, and he came from that show Lovecraft Country.
Country
just showed a lot of range.
Yeah.
And I just, you put me in the mind of them with the way, the NFL career, the acting from reality television, like you've already kind of on a smaller scale, you've crossed the gambits already.
Yeah, man, I agree with you. I love what Jonathan Major has done, in his career, and and it's weird because it's like when it's your time, and you own. You know what I mean? And at that point, you're just trying to stay on.
Right, because he did just kind of back to back to back.
Yeah, he did all that. Like he back to back to back, and and unfortunately, I think he back to back to back got into a situation that kind of got him back out of everything.
Yeah, right. We ain't talking about that.
I'm gonna say, watch the women, man.
I'm not here to be that, but I say this because it's just been really prevalent in my mind. Is that like how you move, learning how to move, because when you gain fame and you gain notoriety, you got to move different. And I'm learning that, like, you can't do the same things that you did before. The people that you're around, you got to try to move different with. Where you go, you got to move different. Even if you want to be the same person that you was before. I saw that even in the NFL. That was my first, taste of it. It's like, even though you had partners that, did a certain type of lifestyle, you can't hang around them. You want to because you don't feel like, oh, you changed. But I just learned you ain't changed, you evolved. I just got to move different. If you ain't, if you're not have my well-being and feeling like taking care of me
as a priority.
Yeah, than what we're doing. Because I take care of you in the ways I can, but don't put me in a situation because what name is going to be, like yelled out. I might have did, but they yelled that name out. So it's like I'm learning all this. Like I told somebody before when I first, they said, "Oh, when you season 1, your life's gonna change." I'm like, okay, well, we'll see what happens. Did it change? Yes. There's more right. There's more eyes on Isaac Keys. If I go somewhere, there's more eyes. So I have to learn how to move different. But not only me, my people around me have to learn how to move different.
Circle, yeah.
Parents gotta learn how to move different. Everybody has to learn to move different because now it's just different. So I said that to tie into it. It's like it's unfortunate in this situation, because in this day and age, allegations is what changed everything.
Man,
and it's unfortunate that when you black, you don't get them second opportunities.
And that's very safe to say because we've seen other actors that it happened to, and now they unfortunately can't get back to the role. I'm talking about phenomenal actors, and they can't get that other role because now it's like they cancel you. Once they cancel you, it's like, oh, well, there's somebody else who can do it. And because so much money in play, they just all of a sudden say that we can't trust you. Too much money involved, so therefore we'll move to somebody else, a safer bet. And so it's unfortunate. And again, a lot of times it's just allegations, bro, and it's tough.
Yeah. And like you said, I know you were talking about it. You don't want to be typecast because that's one thing that happens to a lot of actors. They get typecast. Oh man, he's great at playing this role, but we can't really see him doing anything else because he's so great at this particular role, at this particular type of character. So
yeah, I'm gonna put this into the atmosphere, like you said, from my mouth to God's ears. There's a Marvel thing coming up. I would love if you played Bishop. Look up that character.
I heard about that. Yeah.
You already know what I'm talking about.
I heard about that. Actually, look, Keys, if he still watches, he gonna tune in because he sent me a bunch of like, they may come out tomorrow. This one may come out tomorrow. We need to look into that. So yeah, man, I hope that I got my team working on just working overtime, and trying to do as much as they can right now. So I hope I at least had the opportunity. You know what I mean?
Man, that would be awesome. I see it already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that. We'll make sure we bring you in the casting room. When
Let me throw this at you. JB was talking about rangy actors before. I want to throw 3 actors at you: Jamie Foxx, Denzel Washington, and I know you'll really appreciate this one, Sam Jackson.
Woo!
And I say that because Sam Jackson went to Morehouse, if you all didn't know that.
I knew that.
So out of those 3,
you won't let us forget it.
Right.
So out of those 3 actors, who would you say has the most range?
Who'd you say against Sam Jackson and what's the other 2?
Sam Jackson, Jamie Foxx, and Denzel Washington.
That's a close one. Most range is going to be Jamie Foxx.
Absolutely.
Just because he's done phenomenal for us being able to take on the persona of these different, different personalities for us. I mean, what he did with Ray, and what he did with.
Just watched that movie, man.
Yeah,
just watched that today.
And then this is a different range he has been able to do, but I had to put Sam Jackson very close on that because. You seen Sam Jackson, this is a plethora of roles. Like all
he's played everything, yeah.
He's played everything. Now you got the one role, it's like, okay, that's Sam Jackson role, how you talk, how you move. But then you go to Pulp Fiction, then you go all the way to Black Snake Moan, you go to The Unbreakable, him playing the characters like that. And I mean, that's
Star Wars.
Yeah. Action figure adventures, all the Avengers and all that. Different roles like that. Denzel, I love because he's paved the way for a lot of ways, but Denzel's always kind of played an authoritative figure.
Yes.
Like a figure of a role. And I think that was smart because he got to the point where he could pick his roles. And he could pick his roles so he gets to be seen in that light as well, too. But you just named 3 actors that I look up to in this game, in this world. And if I could touch anything, close to what they've done, I would love to. And I'm willing to work for that. For sure.
Yeah, you got to look up Samuel Jackson coaching a hockey team.
Yeah. He's the only person
they had that on like Comedy Central. It's so funny.
I'm up pretty, man. What y'all got in clothes? I got to dip out. I'm supposed to go give me a massage or something, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, man.
Oh man, I
Hi,
bet you got to go to the burger joint out there, man.
It's the good kind of massage. It's not the
Oh, it's not the Sean kind of.
Hey.
one of them Instagram massage.
It was great having you on, man.
Yeah, man, it was awesome having you on. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us, man. I know these three are some knuckleheads, but
shit, your ass froze up half the motherfucking show.
You weren't even part of the
calm down, light skin, calm down. I'm just kidding, man.
I know.
Hey, hold on. Like Isaac, tell everybody where we can find you. Like I said, if you ever in the shop, we're gonna catch up with you.
Promote this shit, baby.
It's simple, man. And I like to I like to engage with anybody who reach out to me. If I miss you, I apologize. But everything on Instagram, everything's Isaac Keys. I'm not on Facebook like that. But I got a profile, but Isaac Keys. Instagram at Isaac Keys. And send me messages, talk to me. I like to answer questions to try to help where I can. But shout out to y'all, man, for doing this, man, and having me, but doing this and continue to do it because I think it's a great space for this and what y'all talk about. And like you told me before we got on, it's a conversation. And it's about talking and just kind of engaging and kind of getting more in depth, not being just a surface level interview. So, I appreciate
that cookie cutter.
I like to dig and get questions. Like let me open up, and it allows people to get to know who I am personally. So hopefully, be more in tune and want to know more about me, and we can do that. We can ride that way.
Hey, summertime shy coming up, baby. Hit us up.
Come on,
when you coming to Chicago, man? When you come?
I'm gonna let you know. I got the day because I feel like I'm gonna miss it. 50 tours coming through in September, but I might try to come like latter part of June just to come through too.
I bet.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So
and tell Joseph Sikora, man, he needs to come holler at us.
Need to come holler at y'all?
Yeah, he needs to come holler at us.
Pass the word. That'd be a good time. Yep, I'll pass the word to him.
All right, for sure.
All right, man.
Well,
take care, man.
Thank you for the time, bro.
All right, bro.
Power Baby season 2 coming out September.
Yeah, we're rocking out season 1 now.
Y'all go catch up on season 1. I gotta catch up on season 1. I don't even know what happened no more. It took so long. So catch up on Force.
For sure.
All right, man.
All right,
take care.
All right.
Yep.
You too.
Great dude, man.
Absolutely.
Great dude. I hate that my internet was acting up and I missed a lot of it, but I know it was a good time, good conversation. Real intelligent guy. Man, awesome. But so we're also going to make a list. Well, we're not necessarily gonna make a list, but I wanted to talk about top 5 linebackers all time for the Bears who are not Hall of Famers.
Ooh.
Who are not Hall of
Famers. So you can't say Dick Butkus. You can't say Brian Urlacher.
Okay.
You can't say Michael Singletary.
Can we say Lance Briggs, even though I think he's going to be one?
You can't say Lance Briggs.
He's not currently.
He's not currently.
Okay,
so you can't say that. And that would be my first go-to.
This is going to be simple.
Okay, so let's go around the horn.
Oh shit, man!
This is a tough question.
Hey, Chris, you saw the pause.
Let JP go first since he's already knows it.
Fucking talking about let's go around the horn. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, pause up on that.
Are we in agreement with number 1?
Lance
Briggs.
I'll agree with that being number 1 for sure.
Foul Mount.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Lance Briggs a damn sure be number 1.
But show number 1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you 2 and 3.
I already know.
We gotta agree on it.
Otis Wilson and Wilbur Marshall.
Yeah.
Flip those.
Wilbur Marshall, Otis Wilson.
Okay.
2 and 3.
I could agree with that. I could agree with Wilbur Marshall, then Otis Wilson.
Are we putting Khalil Mack in that? Because technically in a 3-4 system,
No.
he was a linebacker.
No,
Okay.
technically, we're not.
No.
I mean, the only other one that I can think of off the top of my head was this is from the 60s too. What is that, Doug Buffoon?
Doug Buffon?
Yeah, I remember reading about him. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
Hey, I told you, stick
he's
with
not
me.
a Hall of Famer,
This.
but
I got the last two. I got
the next one.
You sure?
Yes, Barry Minter.
No.
I would put Doug Buffon over him.
I wouldn't. I would put Barry Minter in there. Okay, so if not Barry Minter, then who?
You asking Frank? You asking me?
Because Barry Minter had.
I said Doug Buffon. He was mine.
Good seasons.
Frank said Doug Buffon. No,
Yeah,
Barry Minter wasn't here that long. Remember? Because Barry Minter got hurt.
No, he wasn't.
Barry Minter got hurt, and that's when Brian Urlacher took over middle linebacker.
No, he wasn't here that long, but he was productive when he was here.
So let me ask you this. The small time he was there, and this is not my pick, I'm just asking you, was Barry Minter more productive than Brian Cox?
It's another good one. I mean, wasn't there like an Italian guy's name in the 60s too?
No, I think Brian Cox probably was. I think Brian Cox was probably more productive.
But neither one of those are still my picks. Those are like honorable mentions.
There was like an Italian guy back in the freaking.
Hey, get out the 60s, Frank.
60s? I'm not in the 60s, dog.
I'm thinking of
I don't
traditional Bear here.
So we agree on Lance Briggs, Wilbur Marshall, Otis Wilson.
Oh, hands down, those three.
Easily.
I got the next two.
Is it Doug Buffon?
No,
man.
Not Buffoon. A buffoon
and
is
his
an
name
idiot.
is Buffon.
Buffoon is the 60s. I don't remember.
No, a buffoon is an idiot.
Say Buffoon, he'll whoop your ass.
I guess I'm a buffoon for taking him on my shit.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, Fortunato, I think that was the one I was thinking of, that Italian. Yeah, that Italian one.
So, JB, who you got?
That Bullets just said.
Warwick Holman and Roosevelt Colvin. Come on, T. Come on. 13-3.
I'll go with Warwick. I'll go with Warwick. Roosevelt Colvin.
Rosie on third down getting them sacks. Come on.
Would you take him before Hunter Hillenmeyer?
Yes.
Freaking
yes, I would take him before Hunter Hillenmeyer.
Hunter Hillenmeyer would take him before Hunter Hillenmeyer. And Hunter wasn't that. Hold on. I liked Hunter because he fit perfectly with that Lovey scheme. Like, Hunter was a bigger linebacker. Hunter remind me of that kid that was just like really, really good at everything, but not great at anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did just enough against the run, just enough against the pass. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't.
No, he was average.
That's what I'm saying. That was the kid. Like, you knew he could play, but he wasn't great. But he wasn't gonna hurt you.
Okay.
That was Hunter, because number 92 was out there. He was doing his thing. Like, we came front. We're not gonna sit up here and act like Hunter Hillenmeyer didn't support that Bears defense, that 2006 Super Bowl
no
team.
question about that.
We're not gonna do that on this show. We're not gonna do that.
No, because we just might be able to get Hunter Hillenmeyer on the show.
Hunter Hillenmeyer was definitely a dog and a fan favorite of mine.
No Bullets. We're not counting Khalil Mack.
No, we're not. We can't.
Yeah.
No.
He was not a true.
I mean, are we just? I know he wasn't here that long, but are we just going to cancel out Roquan Smith too? I think I would take Roquan Smith over.
The only reason I would say Roquan is because he was a linebacker in the true sense of a linebacker. Khalil Mack was not. He was a defensive end, but they threw him in 3-4 scheme. So he wasn't a true linebacker. Yeah. That's why I say, I wouldn't count Khalil Mack.
Well, if you count the overall career, Khalil Mack is the only player of recent note that was a Pro Bowler at linebacker and DE.
And defensive end.
He played both. But if we're talking about just Bears lore, monsters of the Midway, true linebackers.
Yes, that's what we talking about.
I can't really place him, right? But
could you place Roquan? Because I think I would take Roquan Smith over
I
Warwick.
mean, I'm kind of torn because like Roquan has a stat that like only Ray Lewis has achieved, and some people arguably say he's like the top 3 linebacker ever. So, can we put an asterisk with Roquan?
An asterisk?
Because like his 4 years, he put it this way, his 4 years here, he definitely was a Bears linebacker.
Oh,
He,
absolutely.
like for sure was one of those guys. He was. Because we had and I'm talking about, I ain't talking about Barry Minner or Joe Brian Cox, but we had some lean years, man. Joe Kane and them guys, like we had some.
Those weren't dogs, though. They were.
I'm saying we just had some for a lot of years. We just had some guys.
Yeah,
they just had some guys.
Yeah,
you follow me?
They were guys.
Yeah, last year we had Nicholas Morrow. Like we had some people.
Yeah, he's a guy.
Danny Trevathan.
You know what I'm saying?
Danny Trevathan.
But he couldn't say that.
That's the guy.
He's a good guy.
But remember, we had a guy that we thought was a guy, Parnell McPhee. Remember we had him?
Yeah.
And he couldn't stay healthy. So, like, we've had some guys, but I think that 5 that I named is solid, and we can argue Roquan to be placed in one of those situations.
I would take Roquan over.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Colvin.
No, we got 5.
We got 5. He said Warwick and Roosevelt Coleman.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hey, remember that was one of them 13-3 joints. Them boys was moving weight. They was doing it.
Matter of fact, do we got more linebackers that we can sit up there and put into this category?
I mean, it's a ton more, but he said top 5.
Well, you know what? Since we on Moore, let's go ahead and get a Moore's commercial going.
Oh, that was a cool little transition right there. Okay.
Oh yeah, I tried.
All right, well,
pay these bills.
Let's go ahead and do that.
There was a time when high standards prevailed, when excellent craftsmanship was displayed and treated with the utmost importance. Acquire the crisp, refreshing taste of Moore's beer. Moore's beer. Raise your standards.
Moore's beer, goddammit, raise.
It's not Moore's, that's Gatorade.
Oh, that's not Moore's. That's Moore's. This is not Moore's. I'm not drinking them.
Uh-oh, back on that.
Yeah, man, I gotta be. So JB.
Yes.
What's up on the you want to do a full court press today?
I do. I wish my boy Easy was here because he's got like the meme of the year, of which I would love for. If Frank, if you can grab that, it's in the chat. If somebody could put that meme up, I would love it.
It's in the chat. Oh, you're saying try to get it up? Let me see if I can get Taylor real quick. You said Easy did it?
Let's go to the hardwood. Let's get it.
What meme?
Let me see if I can find it. You said Easy posted it?
In our chat, yes.
Okay.
Okay, but let's get to it.
So, JB's full court press tonight has absolutely nothing to do with the Chicago team. Has nothing to do with the Bulls. They sorry management. They sorry squad. None of that. But it does have to do with the Bulls because of who lost last night. The Queen, I'm sorry I said that. The King lost and was swept in the Western Conference Finals last night to the Denver Nuggets. Now, there has been speculation that he may or may not retire, but he would love to play with his son in the future. Some speculate
he's gonna pull a fucking Jordan.
Some speculate that by the time Bronny is eligible, and he shouldn't be a lottery pick. I'm just saying he shouldn't currently constructed because he's not that dude. The Chicago Bulls should draft him. Some people say the Chicago Bulls should draft him to have LeBron come and play his last basically a year to 2 years with the Bulls. I don't agree, but that rumor has been circulating and been catching a lot of fire lately. What do you all think about that?
I don't want to swear, so go ahead. Somebody else.
Sal can do it.
Go ahead, T. I'll let you have this one first.
I think I would have to marinate on that for me.
All right, JB, I got it up when you're ready, by the way, too. So
well, while
I
T
want
to put it up
because I ain't seen it.
That's the new meme, ladies and gentlemen. Instead of the Jordan cry, hey, Bullets, I know you about to hit me. I understand. I still love you. Mom, hey, I was with my mom at the house on Saturday. She said she gonna have a lot of heat for me. A lot of heat. Hey, get this dude up out of there. LA will never win anything again with him as the lead. Get him out of here.
There it is. I don't need to say nothing.
But don't bring him to Chicago. Hey, do not bring him to Chicago.
Oh, I thought you said bring him to Chicago.
No, hell no.
No.
So we can have a 40-year-old on our freaking team who cries like a little bitch?
Hey, listen here.
God.
Everybody is saying how phenomenal his 40 points was last night. I said, did y'all watch the game?
I saw 10 points in the second half, guys. 10 points.
No, you saw 9.
Oh, was it 9? Sorry, I rounded it.
Then you saw 1 of 6 in the fourth quarter.
And I saw it was a missed layup and stuffed or got this ball stripped away from a guy who's only 6'4". That's what I saw.
I saw Father Time tapping LeBron James on his shoulder. Hey, man, we waiting on you.
I saw that shit last year.
We did, but to this degree, because everybody was like, okay, yes, it's phenomenal. Dude had 31. But guess what?
I knew they were going to lose when I saw how much he had in that first quarter.
The game before is remember Jamal Murray had 30 at halftime and he ended up with, I think, like 39 or something for the game or whatever it was, 30. And it was like just the same thing. But yet this is a 38-year-old man. How much more do you think he had left? Okay, now I'm sick of looking at him, but no more Jordan crying meme. It's this meme from now on.
That is a better. I like that meme because I'm going to say it now. Jordan hasn't gotten swept in the finals like that, in any finals like that.
That shit is hilarious, though.
That is a good meme.
Jordan hadn't been swept since 86 against Boston, that championship team, and then 87 against Boston again.
Don't worry about it. LeBron James ain't had no help anyway. Which is always the case when it's sorry.
Everybody always makes excuses for him. Everybody makes excuses for him.
I don't think he can go back to Cleveland because Dan Gilbert's not. He's not there anymore. So, like, what will be the point? Donovan Mitchell ain't gonna want him for what?
I know. I put a comment kind of in regards to this on our podcast page on our Facebook page, and there are a few people who are trying to give me heat for it and everything. And it's like, I'm sorry, his bullshit announcement of retirement was something to save his ass from getting swept in the playoffs. Because now, guess what? Nobody's talking about LeBron James getting swept. It's about LeBron James possibly retiring. I know Grogu agrees with me. So tired of him always trying to be the center of freaking attention all the time.
Hey, Grogu was like, aha.
Grogu was like, ah.
What is that, velvet?
What is that? But that's the thing. Again, I had another friend, a friend of our podcast, Mr. Bobby Reed from All Ball Chicago. And his question was, when LeBron retires, what's going to happen to the league? I said, the league is going to be fine because the league,
competitive again.
The last 5 years, if you really pay attention,
it's gotten
the league
better.
Hasn't been about LeBron James.
No, it hasn't.
It's been about Giannis. Steph, the Joker, MB. Like, it has not been about LeBron James. Well,
I kind of agree with that. He's going to pull like a Washington Wizards Michael Jordan type thing. He's going to come back.
We all agree on that. The problem is people are speculating, why wouldn't he come here to kind of like silence all the Jordan talk? Well, he's in Chicago now. You got to root for him, Jordan fans. I ain't got to root for nothing. I got a Lakers banner and a Lakers ball behind me, and I refuse to root for them until that bastard, I'm sorry, that gentleman is gone.
No, that bastard.
Okay, well, I mean, you know, I ain't mean to be disrespectful, but until that guy is gone, I can't even root for my own damn team. My main man, my brother from another Bullets probably wouldn't even let me come to LA right now. Like, I'm on punishment for a couple of months.
Hey, speaking of LA, the Bears will be playing the Chargers
at SoFi, yes.
October 29th in LA.
Yeah.
In LA. I think that we should try to get a group to go.
Oh, bullets on. Bullets on.
I think we should try to get a group to go.
Wait, Bullets is on?
Yeah, he just commented.
Put it up. Hey, I wish he would like come on.
He was
like,
40 years old, Bullets. 40 years old, and he had not one good person on that Wizards team. And he still had a better record than LeBron James did in the regular season.
Now, wait a minute. Hold on. Michael Jordan, that first Wizards season, averaged 22 point something points a game and was still better than 2/3 of the league. That's one. Two, the man played 82 games after being retired for 3 years. Name some people on that team. Rip Hamilton, Ira Newble, like Jahidi White, like they didn't have anybody. But they were only like 4 or 5 games out the playoffs. Like we're not gonna do that on this show, Bullets.
No. Put Jeremy's comment back on there. I want to address that.
What did Jeremy say?
All right. Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me if this is true? Can you see LeBron James being on the same team being coached by Tom Thibodeau?
Hell no.
No. There's no fucking way. Because LeBron coaches every team he goes to. You don't even need a freaking coach. He coaches. Tom Thibodeau will freaking toss his ass in the crowd. Tom Thibodeau won't allow that. So if LeBron comes to the Knicks, that means Thibodeau is going to be fired. That's what that means. Because there's no way that can work.
You know what I get tired of? I get tired of every time these LeBron James sympathizers sit up here and they always talk about Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. Michael Jordan played with 2 legit Hall of Famers that were actually good while they were playing. I ain't talking about the Robert Parrish, who's a Hall of Famer, but Robert Parrish was washed.
You could throw Tony Kukoc in there too, but he's a 6-man.
You can throw Tony in there. Okay, so you can put 3 Hall of Famers.
But still, there's a lot more on LeBron.
Hey, Fowles, before you go on with I gotta pause you. I cannot say Tony was a legit Hall of Famer because most of his Hall of Fame criteria came from what he did
after Jordan left
and the Olympics.
Yeah,
like
I mean, well,
it is 100% true.
There's a basketball Hall of Fame. The NBA doesn't have its own Hall of Fame.
Correct.
If the NBA had its own Hall of Fame,
Tony Kukoc wouldn't be in it.
Coach would not make it.
No. Thank you.
We're talking about overall.
Very good point.
Yeah, sure.
Very good point.
But LeBron James will have gone and played with
6.
Dwayne Wade, or Chris Bosh, or Kyrie Irving,
Ray Allen on that with Cleveland team
Kevin
too.
Love, Ray Allen, a fucking Anthony Davis. We talking about 6
Russell Westbrook
here.
7, because he damn sure gonna be a Hall of
Famers here. Shit, fuck. Didn't he play with Dwight Howard?
Technically, 8 could be a Hall of Famer. 8, yeah.
8 fucking Hall of Famers. that you talking about this man would have played with. And y'all want to talk about Michael Jordan, and every time LeBron loses, everybody saying he ain't got no fucking help. Come on, man.
And let's not forget too, when he won with Cleveland, Dwayne Wade was the MVP of that season. When he won with Miami. Yeah, with Miami.
Nobody's taking away about what the man does, what he's going to do. Shit, you played 19 years in the league. You ain't really had no fucking major injuries.
Yeah, he's at 20
You've been good. Shit, hell yeah. Just imagine Michael Jordan playing 19 years in the league with no fucking injuries.
Yeah.
With none.
And no
19
breaks.
fucking years.
And no breaks.
And no breaks.
Yeah.
LeBron wouldn't even be sniffing that motherfucking record.
And to Bullet's point,
6 years just to sit up there and come close.
Here's the thing. To Bullet's point, yes, the Bulls did have a good record when Michael retired. The Bulls had one season where Scottie Pippen actually was probably the number 1 or 2 player in the league.
Yeah, he finished. I think he finished 2 in the MVP race that year.
Third, actually. But
third, okay, third.
Because remember, it was Olajuwon, David Robinson, and Pippen.
Yeah.
But Scottie learned how to be that dog type of player from Michael.
Michael made Scottie. I'm sorry, but Michael made Scottie who he is.
Because contrary to popular belief, when you look at those early playoffs, Scottie Pippen was like non-existent.
Yeah.
My mom will tell you right now, she'll get on here right now, I swear to God, Scottie Pippen have a great game today and have 2 bad games the next day. Because all he did, like defensively, probably the best on-ball defender I've ever seen. 6'8" with like a 7 foot something wingspan. Greatest on-ball defender ever. But what happened when Michael had Scottie in 88? Michael averaged 37, 8, and 8. Like, let's stop acting like Mike wasn't doing what Mike does.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's stop that. Like, let's just kill
and he
that.
did it on the defensive end, too. Day in, day out on the defensive end as well.
The only player to win MVP and DPOY, I think, is him and Giannis. I think maybe I could.
No, I don't think Giannis ever won it. Jordan's the only one.
Is he? Because I thought Giannis won.
Jordan's the only one who won a defensive player in the, or was it? It was a defensive player in the year and still leading and scoring title. Wasn't that the record that Jordan had?
No, that is a record. But I was talking about winning MVP and Defensive Player of the Year in the same season.
Okay, I don't know if Jordan did that though.
I have to go back and check.
I don't think Giannis did that either. I don't think anybody's ever.
Jordan did it for sure. He led the league in scoring, was the MVP, and was DPOY.
I thought it was like he was defensive. No, he led the league in scoring and was on the first team defensive team. I thought that's like what Jordan did.
Well, it don't fucking matter because LeBron James never won a fucking defensive player.
No, never.
Listen to me when I tell you this. Michael Jordan led the league in scoring, was the MVP, and was the Defensive Player of the Year, all in the same year. I staked my claim on. There's nothing, and to Bullet's point, there's nothing wrong with what Mike left the Bulls in. But the Bulls went to the second round and lost to the Knicks. Yeah, we know the Hugh Hollins call was bullshit and all that.
All right, we got to get going with Bullets here. Bullets, you should just come on, man.
He should, but
somebody debate us with this LeBron shit, please. Because this is the thing. Will I admit Jordan needed Scottie? Yes. Because we're in a league, we're in an NBA league now where you always need somebody.
Nobody has ever won.
LeBron has had way more than one Scottie Pippen. All right, way more than one Scottie Pippen. And LeBron had to go to different teams to find more Scottie Pippens. Jordan stayed with the guy he created.
I don't even want to talk about LeBron ass no more, man. I'm about tired of his ass. His ass got swept. Jordan never got swept in a fucking finals. Hell, he never did a fucking game 7 in the fucking NBA finals. So I don't give a shit. Fuck him. His ass lost. He had help. He still fucking lost. I don't give a fuck how old he is. I don't give a fuck how much he cried.
Everyone's got to make excuses for him all the time.
Fuck him. He over with. Let's talk about now. Our man Hank Stewart was talking about this Chargers trip. I know.
Yes, let's talk about the Chargers trip.
T. Nick was talking about that.
We still got to get our NBA finals.
I don't know if I'll be.
fuck? I don't want to talk about that shit.
Oh, Denver versus Miami.
I do.
That's it.
I do because I want to see
Celtics
Jokic
tonight,
and
so it
Jimmy
don't
Butler.
fucking
That's going to
matter
be a great
anyway.
freaking
Yeah, I don't want. Let's talk about
The
let's
Celtics
talk
won
about
tonight,
this
so we can do
trip.
that next
Did the
show.
Celtics win tonight?
Hey, but T-Nick, can I tell you one thing? And we
What?
can segue.
What?
Damn, I wish the Bulls had somebody like Jimmy Butler. Oh, wait.
We had Jimmy.
I am gonna come at you with that one. Jimmy Butler would not be Jimmy Butler if he was with the Chicago Bulls.
You a lie.
He would not be what he is right now if he stayed.
He already was. That's the point.
He wasn't what he is now.
Jimmy Butler said himself that he wouldn't be what he is now.
100% agree with that. Just like, and I will say his name right now, Robbie Gould would not be the same kicker that he was with San Francisco if he would have stayed here with Chicago. He said that was the best decision he made was leaving Chicago because he had to reflect.
Leading percentage kicker.
Yes, but he had a bad few years, and he said it. He needed
1 year and a half.
Year and a half, 2 years. I round up like 9, 10 LeBron.
Okay, so getting back into football and getting back to this Chargers trip, we need to make this shit happen.
I want to go.
So mark your calendar for 10/28 or 10/27, whatever day you want to go. Get your little money together, getting your little piggy banks or whatever.
It's a lot more than a little bit of money together.
Man, it's just a little bit of money. You're gonna spend what? Only $300 on a ticket, unless there's a group that actually has a hookup on tickets. We can get with them.
Well, that's what A. Stewart said.
Yeah, they have a. I talked to him last night actually, and they're trying to get to a certain number. Once they hit a certain number, they can get these discounts.
So what's the number and what's the group? Because I would love to do that. I SoFi, I want to go see SoFi. Like,
there is a Cali group. I share to it all the time.
That's a dope statement.
Cali group.
That's a dope statement.
I'm not sure what the number is, but I know the name of the group is like Chicago Bears fans Cali or something.
Cali, yeah, something like that.
That ain't what I'm talking about. What number do we need to get to? Because I'm not ready. I'm booking my ticket soon. I ain't waiting around.
35 tickets. I think he said 35 tickets.
Where are we at? Tell Ant to keep in touch with you because I'm not buying my ticket in August. I'm buying it like June.
Yeah, I think most of us plan to do that.
Yeah, I'm not messing around.
Who's this Allen?
I'll buy my ticket right now. I will buy my ticket right now. So yeah, we need to make that happen, but I guess we'll speak more about that in the group chat.
Bullets, we said finals, by the way.
The actual group chat. I don't want to take up our shout out time to talk about that. So yeah. Speaking of shout outs, you might as well go ahead and get shout outs now in the show.
No, we can't because we got to pay another bill.
Oh, we do got to pay another bill, huh? Yeah, and I have actual bills right here too. But yeah, let's get to it. Frank,
you know what? Shirt. I'm feeling festive. I am willing to raffle off my In the Zone shirt if we get enough. Whoever gets us to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, that 1,000 subscribers, I'm willing to mail you.
No, we're not going to do yours. We'll all pitch in and get one then, and we'll send it out to someone.
I'll just buy another one. I'm trying to make sure we get this revenue, man.
His is too small.
Oh, yeah, I do remember you saying you're too small. It's those cannons, man.
Why you think I don't? Why you think I don't wear it?
Pew, pew, pew.
I ain't got no 6-shooter. Hey, can I wait? Look in the chat. Can I address Mr. Bowman real quick?
Go ahead.
He said, so JB would have given up Rose too. Hell no. If we had Jimmy Butler and Derrick Rose, man, we might have had a title by now already, man. Wasn't giving up on no Derrick Rose, man. Don't do me like that, Jeremy. No, I would have kept them both. I would have found a way.
I would have given up on Gar and Pax earlier.
Definitely giving up on them.
That's what I would have done.
Them damn tools. Definitely, though, Jeremy, from the horse's mouth, I wanted the pairing of Derrick and Jimmy. And Luau. I wanted Luau to get healthy, after that little spinal tap thingy.
And just to throw this out so I don't forget Bullets, yes, it was the finals. It was the Western Conference Finals. It was the Western Finals. That is a final.
You just hit Bullets with semantics.
That was a Western Final.
Ooh.
Man, earlier when Isaac was on here and he said one of his boys was saying that they should
trade Justin Fields.
Man, I was looking for this so bad.
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
I was looking for that so bad.
Mine was better though. Did you just X out of it?
Oh, wow.
He deserves to get slapped if you're going to say Justin Fields gets traded.
Are we allowed to play that?
I don't know. We haven't got hit on it yet. Get it? We haven't got a hit on it yet.
Because, people are on strike and stuff, and oh, Lord.
So,
hey, Jeremy, I know they didn't really want to play together. I think a lot of that had to do with Tues. But think about it, the way they played Derek barring injury and what Jimmy has came into now, you can't tell me that wouldn't have been formidable, man.
We knew Derek and Jimmy were gone the moment we got rid of Thibs. I mean, that was just how it was because you wanted puppets in the room, not hard-nosed, grinding type dogs.
You know what that means.
Shout outs.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Oh, who's leading it off? Me.
Frank found me.
All right, I'll lead it off. Here we go. All right, shout out to all you guys. Happy to be on here. Love being on here on Tuesdays. Shout out to my man Grogu down there too. Can't forget about him. Still waiting for that Bears jersey to come on. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Chat was lit from start to finish with a lot of great questions that came for Mr. Isaac on there. That was awesome. So kudos to everybody on that one. There's a lot of new people that came on for that. So that was great. Give a shout out to our normals. Bullets, dude. I know we always talk shit about this LeBron James. He is a piece of shit. I don't like him. I can't wait till he retires. I don't want him in the NBA anymore. That'll never change. But I still love you to death, man. Love you to death. And I love having you on here. Shout out to everyone else. Got to give a shout out to my man Jeremy as well. Always comes in with the great questions and everything. Janet Johnson, nice seeing you on again. Anthony Stewart, my man, happy to have you on as well. And got to give a shout out to the podcast mom, JB's mom, always on here from start to finish. Gotta love her. Still waiting for a guest appreciation where your mom comes on. I would love for her to come on. We could do a Hawk talk together. Hey, shout out to my Hawks. If you fuck it up and you trade that number 1 pick and you don't get this guy Connor Bedard, you are literally signing your death warrant in Chicago. It won't happen though, so I'm good with that. You can't be that freaking stupid. But other than that, that's all I got.
So you found mouth.
All right. First of all, I want to give a shout out to everyone in the chat. Chat was lit tonight. Thank you all very much. And remember to like and subscribe to the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast. I want to give a shout out to you, brothers T. Nick, Frank, Tank, and JB. It's always a pleasure coming on with you guys, debating, sharing knowledge, cracking jokes. Shout out to our boy Isaac Keys, Diamond, Power Force, season 2 coming out. in September. If you want and you need to, go check out season 1 of Force, Power Force, on, was it Stars, I believe? Yeah, check it out on Stars. Check out season 1 before you get season 2. I know those subscriptions be kind of high. So if you want, do it close to September. Please get it in. You know, get your money's worth. Once again, I want to give a shout out to the kiddies. They should be in the bed. School is almost out, which means I got to deal with their ass even more. Shout out to my mom. She went to Arizona, visiting family. Went there for one of her nephew's graduations. Shout out to the beautiful and wonderful city of Chicago. Let's put the guns down. Let's keep her safe. Keep her looking beautiful. And keep her being known as the best city in the world. Shout out to my fiance. He's probably in the bed waiting on me.
Hey, family show.
Hey, I ain't talking about like that, man.
You ate beforehand, though.
Man. I like to thank her for going to give me some food too that I was smashing while we were on the podcast today. Oh, shout out to my man, my green boy, the homie. Shout out to him, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, you can catch Grogu on the Disney Plus network. The Mandalorian. Catch him in all the seasons. And I'm done.
It's on me. So, again, the chat was on fire. I want to get to some early shout-outs that we may have forgotten because Brian Keys, definitely shout out to him, chiming in, doing well. Mr. Sean Caldwell, Jaleel, stepping in. Tashay Water, stepping in. You know, I look at that power following and that network that Isaac had. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Like, show love, show loyalty, show support. Definitely, that's what we was on. Aaron Nelson, that whole AT, that's you. That's that whole Morehouse network, man. Y'all said y'all was thick. I didn't know y'all was this thick. You know? Shout out to Diop, one of our own chiming in. My man Jeremy, always coming with the heat. Love when Jeremy jumps on. Antonio Controller, that seems to be a new guy. Thank you for chiming in. Came in with some heat. Jeanette Johnson, welcome back. You know, we saw from my man Ant Stewart that came in and hollered at us a little bit. I just want to shout out to my moms, of course, because, you know, like I told y'all, if we only got one person watching, I know it's her. Shout out to Jaleel. Jaleel was in there. JP Lewis, that's a new person, said he watched, coming in. Love T. Hey, Love T, listen to me. The whole Powerpuff Girl thing is cute. We get it, right? But this ain't love connection, girl. Go on, hit that man in his DMs and see what's up. You know what I'm saying? Keep it funky right here on the season. But I love you, though, girl. Thank you for chiming in. You know, we appreciate it. And then, of course, you know, hey, my brother from another. Mom's talked to him over the weekend. My man Bullets. Always glad that man chimes in. Even though his Laker fandom clouds his better judgment.
Or like his LeBron fandom.
Yeah, well, you know.
Still love him.
Love to death.
There's always got to be people out there that are wrong, you know.
When we go to this trip in SoFi, we're going to hang with Bullets. I wouldn't have no other way. Like, if he's not available, I'm not going. I'm not. But we're going to get it in. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Isaac Keys. Hey, shout out to LeBron James for losing. You know, that made my day. You know,
I'll drink to that.
Thank you, Bullets. I'm a Magic Johnson Jew too. Shout out to the other.
He's the reason why I love the Lakers. Always loved the Lakers. Him and Kobe.
And that's it, man. That's it. That's all I got.
Before it gets to the violin player, I want to give one more shout out. All right, we had an angry emoji that popped up on YouTube by an Alan. That's all I gotta say, dude. You have two first names, both spelled different with the same fucking name. Allen. Come on, dude.
Wait, so it popped up on YouTube?
Yeah, it's an angry emoji from an Allen. ALAN ALLEN.
Allen.
Way to go, parents. Great name.
Stupid ass name. What a stupid
I know.
name.
Allen.
Shout out to Allen.
Allen, you still gave us a view, dude. Thanks.
Oh, hey, wait! I'm about to say, he had to watch the time in, right?
Yeah, he had to watch it in order to freaking give us that emoji. So
his name is still stupid as fuck.
Anybody?
Allen.
My name is Barry.
All right, so I'm gonna do my little shout outs. I ain't got much.
That's a lie.
Well, first of all, shout out to my Morehouse brother, Isaac Keys, for jumping on the podcast, man. We talked last year, but he's been so busy. He wasn't able to come on until now. But shit, I mean, later's better than never.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Isaac, for jumping on and chopping it up with us, man. We really appreciate it.
It's a great talk.
Isaac was he was a great dude, man. Great conversation, smart dude. He's been around.
Kept it funky.
Omarosa. He had the little tip. Omarosa. He even got hollered on at this podcast. The Love T, like JB was saying, jump in his inbox, see what's up. We ain't Chuck Willery. This ain't Love Connection right here.
Love Connection, right?
Jump in his inbox, see what's up. But we appreciate everybody in the chat. Aside from Love T, we appreciate you too, but we appreciate everybody. I'm not gonna say all the names I've already said. But if you did not say anything and we did not see your name, you are officially a lurker.
Oh, we love you. Out for love.
We appreciate you anyway because you watch and listen to our foolishness. So thank you. We appreciate it. The Moors event I was talking about earlier is going to happen on Friday, June 16th. Raise your standards. Last year it was at the Sears Tower in the Signature Room. It was off the hook. This year it's gonna be at Rockwell on the River. I think that's the name of it. Phenomenal venue. It's a really, really dope venue. I don't know what the ticket prices are gonna be. I think it might be like $85 for general admission and then $125 for VIP. And then if you want to get a table, I think it's $12 for a table of 10. But I
think you might want to make a call for the podcast.
Well, yeah, I have to make sure that people are gonna go, but I may not be here. I may have to go out of town.
Oh.
I'm gonna see if I could change some things around. But as of right now, I'm supposed to be out of town for that day.
Gotcha.
But things might change. But if you all want to go, please let me know because that will give me more incentive to try to change things around. But yeah, so that's that event. And the other event we were talking about is the Chargers game. We want to make that happen. For real. The Bears playing the Chargers in LA. We gonna hook up with Bullets. We gonna hook up with whoever else is in LA, and we gonna have a good time.
Don't forget Easy's in LA.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's in San Diego, but he'll travel up.
I got Easy.
He says he's already going to the game, so
he was there too. So man, and my last shout out to my pops. Heavenly shout out to my pops, man. He's my number one cheerleader. and he will remain my number one cheerleader. He's just in heaven now in another form. That's it. And I don't have anything else, man. You all got anything else?
That's it.
That's it?
Hey, LeBron.
Well,
LeBron James.
damn, why y'all be dissing him like that, man?
It's his own fault.
Y'all be,
It is his own fault, dude.
y'all be straight
brings the shit
dissing
upon
that
himself.
dude, man.
He's a tool.
Jesus, Will.
You got to decide whether you're a wolf or a sheep.
He's clearly a sheep.
He's a sheep. Clearly. This has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.
Good night, Canada. Take LeBron James.
You're still here. It's over. Go home.
Good night, Mesopotamia.
What?
Good night, LeBron James. Enjoy sitting your